Okay, here we go. All right, Friday night. I'm looking at the wrong thing, looking at the wrong screen, looking at the wrong screen. I'm like, okay, why is it not? Why I don't see myself? I'm looking at the wrong thing. Shout out to you guys being here on a Friday night. We are in the new studio. You can kind of hear my voice echoing just a little bit because I don't have everything in here quite yet. But I'm glad to be here with you gentlemen on a Friday night because we got a great topic. Americans, well, passport bros, we have to come to a conclusion. When it comes to relocating to other countries, we are not the only ones, not just you military gentlemen, not just you expats, not just you digital nomads. There are other individuals that are considering relocating to other countries and getting second passports in massive numbers outside of the United States. As you guys can tell, I don't have the whole studio set up. We're still moving furniture over here. We got the moving team coming over tomorrow to finish moving everything. Shout out to you guys being here. Thank you guys for the super chats and the cash apps as well. Keep them rolling in. I'm about to give a shout out to my man Will the Thrill right out the gate. Shout out to him. Let's get some music going. Let us get us some music going. First of all, before we do any shout outs, let's get us some nice music going. We usually have our move music going. There we go. There we go. Let's even raise it up just a little bit while we're doing the intros. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I need. It's a Friday night, man. I wish I had a drink in hand right now, but since I'll be driving back to the other place, getting ready for the move tomorrow, and as you guys can tell, your boy just dressed in the old school Colin Kaepernick t-shirt on from back in the day. Shout out to you guys out there. We got 40 people in the building. Click that like button. We like you. Make sure you like us too, because you already know.
Oprah coming next. Once I establish this as a place of truth.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oprah coming next. Shout out to you guys. We're already on our way to 19,000 subscribers on this channel. By the end of the month, we should be cracking about 20,000 subscribers. Our goal is by the time Petronio Festival hit, we should be at 25 to 30,000 subscribers on this channel. We're looking pretty good. So shout out to all you guys out there who are supporting Black Male Media. That's what I'm talking about. Shout out all you guys from the Midwest, all you guys from the East Side, all you dirty South guys, Texas boys, Arizona boys, all you California boys, and all you guys that are in Tornado Alley on upwards. Shout out to all you guys that are here. Shout out all you individuals that are in foreign lands. I don't care what you're doing right now. I don't care if it's early morning right now. You're listening and watching to us or watching this. I don't care if you are in a location where it's ice cold right now, or if it's just too damn hot where you are. Shout out to you guys for being here this evening. Once again, we got a great topic in regards to individuals that want to relocate, but you're a little bit nervous. Are you the only one that's thinking like this? For some of us, we're the only ones in our families. I'll say that again. You're the only person in your family that's thinking about relocating to another country. You've traveled to other countries. You've traveled on cruises. You've traveled to other states. Now you're thinking about in the next 5 months, 5 years, or even next 15 years that you might want to live in another country. And so it is. Therefore, we are here to encourage you and let you know you're not the only one that thinks like that. And you don't have to be a passport bro to think like that. Bring that beat back. Let's give a first shout out to my man Will, because he deserves it. Shout out to him in the building with the $50, showing some love. That's what I'm talking about. Support Black Male Media. We ain't got much media. Support the little that we do got. Thank you guys for the cash apps and the super chats. Once again, shout out to my man Beards World, who gave a $5 super chat the other day, or cash app the other day. I appreciate that, brother. Appreciate that very much. He said, good evening, Andre and the chat fam. He said, push that like button. Support Black Male Media. Yes, sir. By pushing that like button, subscribing to the channel. Make sure you guys subscribe to our other channel, Travel Unraveled. We're really close. I thought we were already past the 3,000 subscriber mark, but we're almost there. So shout out to you guys there. Hope you and your wifey are having a smooth move to the spot. It's been quiet around the house. It's been quiet. We've been exhausted. It's as if we're having our first child. You know, the first week of a newborn or that first month, it ain't as jolly as everybody think it is. So it is with moving. So this moving all this stuff around, my first major move here in Colombia with all the furniture and everything, just like we would do back home. Yeah, it's been quiet around the house because everything works our nerve. Everything works our nerve. But we're glad that it's kind of funny. 1 minute, Andrea's agitated, and I'm keeping her encouraged and lifting her spirits up. Then the next time you turn around, I'm agitated for about a good 2 or 3 hours, just quiet. When I get agitated, I get quiet. And so Andrea knows. And so she's walking around as my cheerleader. You can do it, babe. We got this. We almost done. We're almost to the finish line. Think about it. Tomorrow night, we'll be sleeping in our own bed in our new place. And she cheers me on. So shout out, and I appreciate the fact that you guys are encouraging us when it comes to this new move. Yes, I'll be showcasing and let you guys see what the new place looks like as well. So you guys get a chance to see the neighborhood that we're in. Some of you guys who've been down here, we're only down the street from where you guys are come down into the La Flora area anyway. La Flora is zone 6 in Cali, Colombia. It's one of the more higher suburban areas, really nice. We're only like, before we were 2-minute walk from Chipichape. Now I'm like a 10-minute walk from Chipichape. No, not any further. It's just right next door. So it's not, so if you get a Airbnb in Chipichape area or Parque Norte or La Flora area or Granada, we're all still right next to each other. We're only like 5 minutes away from where we originally lived also. So we're going to show you guys the area and everything so you guys get a chance to see it. But a lot of you guys that have come down here, gotten Airbnbs, you already know what this area looks like here in La Flora. Shout out to you guys once again. He said question for the chat. Why are we really relocating? That's a good question. Question for the chat. Question of the day is, what is your personal reason for relocating? Is it one of the 3 pillars of the Passport Bro movement? First pillar is lifestyle, which could be economics, income, a new structure, health reasons. Lifestyle could be anything under that umbrella. It could just better foods, better water, better air. You just want to slow life down a little bit. That's all part of lifestyle. Number 2 pillar of the Passport Bro movement in my eyes is the laws. You know what? I'm tired of the political landscape in the United States. I'm tired of every time I turn around, the police putting their hands on a brother for no reason all the time. I'm tired of sitting up here dealing with these child support laws, these alimony laws, these divorce laws. I'm tired of being in the country with all this mess going on when it comes to the unfairness of how they treat men. This could be your reason. Number 2. Number 3 reason, which is an excellent reason, could be the ladies. Could be the reason is the ladies. You know, you're finding more traditional women, or you find somebody that's just fits you just right. She doesn't have to be traditional as long as she fits right for you. So it could be for the lady or the ladies. Notice I said singular or plural. Some of you guys like the ladies, and some of you guys just want just one good lady. Either way, could it be the ladies? But he presented a question for us. Let's hear what you guys have to say in the comment section. I'm going to come to the comment section and hear what those answers are before we go to the videos that we got today. And my man, Timothy Bright. Tim, I got your question. Timothy asked me a question today in an email. I didn't get a chance to go through the whole thing because, you know, I've been on the move. He said, drink in hand, Welch's grape. Man said Welch's grape juice would taste good right about now. Say it again, my brother. Say it again. I ain't mad at you. So Welch's grape. Let me turn this down just a little bit. There we go. Welch's grape juice would taste so good right about now. I thought I had enough time. Brothers, I mean, I probably got this studio set up to the second. Literally up to the second. I mean, I literally finally got the camera set up, all the lights, everything set up, the few background lights I could get set up. And I just gotten everything set up. It had to be 20 seconds before it was time to push play. so I didn't get a chance to go to the store and buy me some juice. I wanted to buy me some juice. I didn't get a chance to do none of that. And so Yeah, I'll be living vicariously through you guys that are enjoying your drinks tonight. Shout out to you guys. Let's go get some quick shout outs to all you guys that are out here in the building. We got 56 people in the building. Click that like button, dang it. I like you. Make sure you like us too. My uncle's numero uno, Jeffrey, in the building, number one. Shout out to you, Jeff. Look forward to seeing you down here in a couple of months. Jeff says, please don't leave us. He said, F that shit, I'm out. He said, in the words of main source, I'm looking at the front door. I remember that cut. Shout out to main source. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Iman is in the building. Colombia. Yes, sir. Representing. Oh, but Timothy Bright asked a question. And that question was, how do you calculate Colombian money? Like, how do you know what the calculations are? You know, when you're reading and when you're looking at it, how do you, I hope I read that portion. I knew, like I said, Tim, I didn't get a chance to read through the whole thing, but I think I glanced and saw that part. And how you read Colombian money is real simple. This is what we've been doing for years, guys. All you do, if it says something that's 100,000 pesos, right? All you do is just take the last 3 zeros off and divide the rest of the numbers by 4. So if it's 100,000 pesos, you take off the last 3 zeros, that leaves you with 100. You divide 100 by 4, how much is that? 25 USD. If something is 200,000 pesos, what do? You take off the last 3 zeros and then you divide that 200 by 4. What do you got? $50 that you just spent. So you know how much it costs. What if it's $200,715? Still same thing. You take off the last 3 digits, that's $715, and then you take that $215 and you divide it by 4. And you're still looking at like $51, $52. So remember, guys, whenever you come to Colombia, you looking at those Colombian pesos like Dre said, just take off the last 3 numbers and whatever's left, just divide that by 4. So in other words, 10,000 pesos, take that last 3 zeros off. You got a 10 left, divide that by 4. You got $2.50 that you got in your hand to spend. That's 2,000 pesos. 10,000 pesos in Colombia. Last 3 digits off, divide by 4. Shout out to you guys that are thinking about coming down here. My man Hasim is in the building. Shout out to you, brother, for being here. Salute to you, kind sir. Salute to you all. Salute to you all. My man Don, aka Mr. JP, is in the building himself. He said, I'm already. The reason I'm laughing because I was the same way, brother. I was a phantom. I was Casper the friendliest ghost. I was Casper the ghost, the friendliest ghost you know, man. I was gone in the States, bruh. I was gone. I was the phantom, bruh. In all sincerity, no, man, listen. Let me see if I'm freezing or not tonight. Oh, I'm looking good. Look at that wife. You know, once you're not blocked by trees, because, you know, we used to be next to a lemon tree park, and now you're on the 6th floor. Look at that clear Wi-Fi right there. That's all we need. That's all I'm looking for. Some Wi-Fi. That's all I'm looking for. Just some Wi-Fi love. Shout out to you guys. We got 64 in the building. Shout out to my brother Uriah, who just dropped a super chat, $20 love. He said, just showing some appreciation for being one of the best and most genuine voices on these Passport Bro spaces. Keep doing your things. Support Black male media. Shout out to you guys. I'm one of those dudes. I don't care if you support with 50 cents or $50. As long as you support Black male media. And the reason why I always say that, because I know us Black males got money, because I see the level of money that we throw at the female content creators. Man, you would think that Nika Marie and them and Crimson Cure and all them ladies and Six the Goddess, that them ladies worked at the strip club the way we be throwing money out there. Of course, those ladies don't, and they're great women and they deserve it. But what I'm saying is we put some money out there for them ladies. Shout out to you guys that support Black male media, whether it be us, whether it be Ace Live, whether it be Lead Attorney, whether it was Kevin Samuels. Shout out to all you guys that support Black Male Media. And speaking of supporting Black Male Media, make sure that you guys download the Passport Bro app as well, because there's a lot of things to do on that Passport Bro app that we're not taking advantage of. And there, a lot of the stuff on there is absolutely free. And yes, you can make money on the Passport Bro app.
Hey, Globetrotters! Are you ready to elevate your travel game and make every trip unforgettable? Get ready to revolutionize your adventures with Passport Bros app, your ticket to turning passion into profit. With Passport Bros, your travel videos and posts aren't just memories, they're money makers. Share your awe-inspiring experiences with the world and watch your bank account grow with every click. But wait, there's more. Connect with a vibrant community of fellow explorers, where camaraderie knows no borders. Exchange insider tips, forge lasting friendships, and create memories that last a lifetime. And that's not all. Gain access to exclusive discounts on accommodations, from cozy boutique hotels to luxurious resorts, ensuring you can travel in style without breaking the bank. So why settle for ordinary when you can experience the extraordinary? Join the Passport Bros app today and unlock a world of adventure, connection, and endless possibilities. Download the app now and let the journey of a lifetime begin.
Download now on the App Store and Google Play.
Shout out to you guys in regards to the Passport Bro app. The link is at the top of the chat for you guys to join the Patreon, as well as download for free on your phone the Passport Bro app. And once again, cologne of the night is the, Al Nassam. That is a great cologne. Great cologne. Let's open that package right there for you guys. I still love that package. I ain't gonna even lie. Bam, pop that open. Woo, look at that, baby. Look at that. Look at that, boy. You can't tell me. You can't tell me. Then you crack that open, just let that out right there. Bam. Bam, that looks good. And like, once again, it's Al Nasham. Al Nasham. And that's the cologne of the evening. Bada bing, bada boom. Let me throw some of that on. Put it on. Man, that's a good scent right there. And what I did for, I always put products in the live streams. So if you push the X on your phone and the chat will drop down, you'll see all the colognes that I put on there. Great colognes that are under $30, that are clones of $200 to $400 colognes. Once again, each one of those are excellent colognes. Of course, the Rave Now is there. But the $200, $400 colognes, we ain't about to spend money like that. Why? We're about to spend that money in other countries, man. $400, man, that takes care of your Airbnb for about a good 2 or 3 weeks in many countries. Shoot, $400, that's a flight if you live in Florida or Atlanta. That's a flight out of the country. So definitely, you don't have to spend that much. So I put in the comment section, not in the comment section, but all you got to do is push the part that says product that's on your screen, and it'll pop everything up for you guys to see, even on the computer. So you guys will be able to get these products. And only one cologne I think it's $37 on there. But the rest of them, including this one, is on there for less than $30. This one usually runs $50, but I found a deal and I want you guys to get it. So now it's under $30. Shout out to you guys in regards to your cologne game going up. And I'm telling you something. I wore this the other night. Bruh. No. I had just cracked that box open with you guys the other night. I haven't worn this one out yet. I put on a strong plum cologne, right? Let that sit for a minute. Then I put on a sandalwood, very super masculine cologne. So I got that plum and that, man, I was going out dancing. Soon as I walk in, before I order my drink, the barmaid says, "What is that you're wearing?" And I said, and she been hitting on your boy for the longest, but she know I'm married, but she just still flirts anyway. And she said, "Andre, what is that you're wearing?" And I said, I'm wearing sandalwood with a mix of plum. And she was like, "Man, that smells good." And bruh, I had so many women that pulled me onto the dance floor this past Friday night. It was crazy. I was sitting up there actually in the middle of a conversation with one woman and another woman who I walked past. I kid you not, walked up on me in the middle of a conversation with the husband and her, with the woman and her husband, and she snagged me on the dance floor. And she was like, "Is because she didn't know the situation, so she was like, "Is this your man?" And she was like, "Nah, just me and my husband just met Andre. This is my man right here." And so she was like, let's go dance." She asked me. She said, "Let's go. We got to go, player." And even if it just goes to show you, even if you're rocking your gray beard, she was beautiful. I had to give it to her. She's a beautiful woman that walked up on me too. And even with the gray beard representing that us old dudes still get it in. I'll be 72 next week. So us old dudes still getting it in. Shout out to us. Now we're about to get started in a moment. Let me make sure I hit all the super chats. Shout out to my man Evan with the $20. He said the currency, he said, now this Evan is answered the question. Why move? He said the currency, the women, the nightlife, this is true. The food are my main, yes, love the foods in other countries. Can't deny that part. He said, my main reasons that I go to Latin countries for vacation. Brazil, Venezuela, Colombian women are the top 3 most beautiful women in the world. Hands down, they always win Miss Universe and just so many of them, without a doubt. And they are my kryptonite. Yes. There are other beautiful women in the world, all over the world. But that Brazil, Venezuela, Colombian combination, man, they are not to be messed with when it comes to beauty. He's absolutely correct. Those are some good reasons. Shout out to my man B-Lux in the building. He said, good seeing you, Dre. Yes, it's good to see you guys, man. For a split second, I didn't think I was going to be able to pull it off. I kid you not, man. It was like having an impromptu concert because none of this was here. The desk wasn't here. The audio set up, no lights, no nothing. So I'm sitting back thinking like, okay, Andre, what box did you put what? Would you put what? You know, when you're packing and you swear that you put something in a particular box and it's supposed to be there, and when you open up that box, it's not there. So now you got to go through the puzzle pieces of where that screw is for the camera or something, But it all worked itself out, and I'm glad that I'm here with you guys on a Friday night too. Come on now. I appreciate you guys being here. We're about to get started with the videos in a split second. Shout out to my man Kenny in the building. Hey Kenny, I'm gonna start uploading this week. Now, actually next week. Now I'm gonna have time for those links that you sent me, man. I appreciate that, brother. That's a game changer. I thought you were just sending me like regular links and man. I went into those. I was like, whoa. I said these sound bites are like real. I'm like, okay, good looking out, Ken. Yeah. Run, Forrest, run. Yeah. I got you, Ken. I got you for real. I appreciate that, brother. Let's scroll back up, give a couple more shout outs, and then we're going to go into the video. And shout out my man, Poor Man 313 in the building.
You better back the fuck up out my face, goddammit. I'm from Detroit, Michigan. Don't play with me.
That's them Detroit boys at it again. Don't play with us. You know how we are. EMB. Buenas noches, Feliz Darius Berenes Batotos. See, I messed up on one of the words, so I'm still trying. I prayed about it last night too. I was like, Andre, you got to finish your job when it comes to Spanish. Just that year, man. Timothy Bright, once again, shout out to you, brother. Shout out to you. Scroll and shout out to my man Kenny in the building. So Roast a Lot is here as well. I must have did something right this week. We got the right man in the building. Shout out to you. And DJ Dave. Shout out to you brothers being in the building as well. I see Dave. That's resign and read your comment, Dave, because I see you were talking to Will. Ransom is in the building, like always, representing Buenos tardes, mi amigos, mi gente. Mi familia. Shout out to you. Shout out to my man Tevin King, always representing me. Shout out to you. That was a good live stream with Chaos. With Chaos Reigns the other day. That was a real good one last night. He said subscribe to Andre. Thank you very much. Travel Unravels. Yes, sir, guys. I think we're only 10 away from 3,000 subscribers. Yep, we're actually only 10 away from 3,000 subscribers on that channel. And shout out to you guys. One of our YouTube shorts just took off like in the last 3 days, and it's at 250,000 views. It's a Cat Williams YouTube short, and from his Netflix show. And man, it took off. It took off so much. I came across our video because I keep our Love Crossing Borders logo on our video. How come I saw somebody with our YouTube short on their channel and they got 11,000 views off of our video? I ain't mad at you, brother. Get your money up, brother. Go ahead, get your money. I'm not one of them funny style dudes. Shout out. He said all three. Those are all three good reasons. Yes, sir. Another Detroit man is in the building.
You better back the fuck up out my face, goddammit. I'm from Detroit, Michigan. Don't play with me.
Bolak 85 is in the building. Shout out to you, brother. Shout out to my man Bolak in the building. To make sure I don't scroll past anybody in the next few moments because we're about to get started. Oh, we got my man Dre in the building. Shout out to you, namesake. He said, hey Dre, congrats on your new place. Peace. Yes, Andrea finally has her own studio. And the bedroom is, because we got a California king bed. So every place we went to, I had to go with a measuring tape because if it didn't fit the bed, no use of getting the apartment. So we had some apartments that were some great locations around here. And this is the area that we wanted to go to. We're right down the street from the grocery store once again, even though we're still, like I said, we're only 5 minutes away from where we were before. So it's not a big hop. But I just signed up for Smart Fit, so I got 2 gyms that I have memberships to, and it's just so much around here, so many restaurants, it's just so much in this area, and I like this area. I love being in zone 5 and 6 because among Colombians, if you ain't got the money, you ain't gonna be in this area. So it's very clean. People are very respectful. These are just working families. Older people that are retired, things like that are in this area. We got the swimming pool right outside the window, so that's real cool. Plus the gym, plus they already have their own gymnasium here as well. But the Smart Fit is really nice, and that's right down the street, not even a 3-minute walk. So shout out to them. So we're excited about that, man. Plus, everything is larger. Now we've got a television area, like a really large television section, relaxation section, plus the living room and the dining room area. So, because in the other place we just had the island stove, but now we're going to buy a dining room set, and we've got the large balcony where the whole glass wall opens up, so the whole wall opens up. Oh man, we're loving it out here. That's only $600. Including all our utilities is like $900. So with all utilities, meaning the Wi-Fi, the cable, the internet, everything, only like $900, man, for 3-bedroom, 3-bathroom in the upper middle class area, really upper class area. So yeah, you ain't gonna get that for $600 in no city in the States. He said, "What? Yeah." He said 1,000. Yep. 1,000 Colombian pesos is just 25 cents. Just 25 cents. Absolutely correct, brother. Absolutely correct. Shout out again to DJ Dave being in the building. He said Passport Bro app pays you to post. Passport Bros app pays you when guys want to give you tip, or when you have products on there for sale and guys purchase products from you. And I kid you not, the ecosystem, the economic ecosystem of the Passport Bro app, everybody's buying from everybody. I got money there sitting there of guys that left a tip because they enjoyed a video. Like they'll watch the live stream and then they'll leave a tip because there's a section where you can leave a tip. They'll leave a tip, $20 tip, a $15 tip, $2 tip, 50 cents tip. And I take that money and I go to other guys that they're selling something, whether they're selling a t-shirt, whether they're doing a video, whether it was a photo that you posted, you could do that too. Whether it was a photo that you posted and everybody liked, you could leave a tip. And there are guys that have made a nice, a good evening dinner. You know, they were able to pay for a nice dinner based off the tip through the tips that we all leave each other on the Passport Bro app. So I just leave my money in there just so I could tip other guys and make sure that other guys, the ecosystem just keeps growing and growing. It's amazing what's in there, brothers. It really is. Shout out to my man David being in the building once again. Always here showing love. Shout out to Dave. I think I got everybody. Oh, my man, I really must be doing something good this week. We got Morning Drive coffee break in the building. Man, I know I'm doing it right. Shout out to you, brother. Shout out to you. Yes, sir. Happy Friday, man. It is a happy Friday. He said, happy Friday to all. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And my man, Black Empowerment 01 in the building. Shout out to you, kind sir, for being here. He said late, but I'm glad I made it. We're about to get started with the video, and we got my boy Black Newbie. Them Canadian boys are at it again, man.
I told this guy where I was from. He said, oh, Canada.
Man, it took me a minute to find me. It took me about an hour to find the correct drop for you Canadian brothers. I didn't want to just go with the traditional Canadian national anthem. That could have been easy to do. And so I hunted it down. And this one dude that's a hip hop artist in Canada he has a cut about being a Canadian. It's a really nice cut. And I tried to get as much of it as possible without YouTube kind of like saying, you can't use that, copyright. And so I uploaded, copyright. And so I finally was able to get this small clip.
I told this guy where I was from. He said, oh, Canada.
And YouTube said, yeah, you can use that. Yeah, this is the new crib. After 5 years of doing YouTube and 5 years of the first apartment that I got in Colombia, we have finally found a place that we in this area, because we didn't want to move out this area. We love this area. We love when you guys are coming down. We love the fact that everything is in walking distance. So when you guys still come down here, I could just still walk down instead of walking 5 minutes. I'm just 15 minutes walk away. So I'm not far away from you guys at all. I'm still right down the street. I walk to this area all the time. And that's why we already knew this area. And so we're like, if we want to live in any area, we don't want to move all the way out south, even though out south has incredible apartments. It's just that nothing is in walking distance. And so we decided that, okay, we're going to be out in this area and not in the area. Not in the area of out south. And we would just want to stay out here. And that's what took us a little bit longer. But that first apartment that we were in was the apartment that I got while I was still in the States. The apartment at that time period when we first got it was $325 a month when we first got it. That included utilities, cable, Wi-Fi, water, trash, everything. It was all inclusive. It was just it was unfurnished. So we got a furniture, but it was $325 a month. And during COVID, because of the rate of exchange was so strong between the dollar and the pesos, the dollar had went up to 5,000 Colombian pesos per dollar. On average, it's only like 4,000. Our rent went down based on cost of currency. $285 a month during the pandemic. I think that's the part I love about Colombia. Your rent can go down just based on the strength of the US dollar. Shout out to my man, father of many nations. Abraham is in the building. Blessings, family. Shout out to you, brother. Look forward to seeing you down here again, brother. My man Twan is here representing as well. Do I see a new member? My man D Payne in the building, new member, thoughts and opinions. Man, what am I doing right tonight?
I told this guy where I was from.
Oh, I hit the wrong one.
He said, oh, Canada.
Let me. You don't have to use the passport one in a while.
You're part of the problem.
No, that's not the one I'm looking for.
You're part of the problem. Stop paying people that you don't have no respect for.
This is the one I'm looking for my man my man, all of us that got passports, and my man D-Pain.
Can't you see I got a passport? Hey, I got a passport.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Shout out to all of our men all you guys that support the channel by becoming members. Now that we're finally moved and things are getting settled. And one thing that I really prayed about last night was finishing what I started. You know, I started my new journal with this new journey. And in my journal, the first thing I told myself, I am not going to start any new projects. I'm not going to start any new channels. I'm not going to start any new journeys. I am going to finish all the stuff that I started. And I said to myself, one of the things that, you know, when I used to work in the nursing home when I was younger, and I used to see older people and regret living in the same building. And it was a lot more regret living in the nursing home than older people. I'll say that again. If you want to see a place where regret lives, go to a nursing home. There are so many older people that regret that they didn't take advantage of life like they should have. And I noticed it was two ways that they didn't take advantage of life. They didn't start what was on their heart to start. For years, it was on their heart, and they never started. And then you had people like me that didn't finish what they had started. I don't want to be one of those people in my elder years hadn't finished some of the stuff I started. So if I told myself, if it's some books, I'm going to finish writing. I've already finished writing one. I'm about to drop it in about a month or two. If it's a course that I started writing, finish off writing those courses. If it's a book that I'm reading, finish reading those books, Dre. Don't start a new book. Don't purchase no other books. Just start. This is the year that I'm just wiping my slate clean by finishing what I started. So I'm excited about that. Shout out to you guys. Let's see how the Wi-Fi. Boy, that Wi-Fi is looking good to the mother. What? Oh my God. I haven't seen us looking that clear. Looking at being able to see the wrinkles in the shirt and everything. He said, I have Keithan and some of that. He said, I have Keithan and some of that. He said, so you got this. So you went ahead and purchased this. The Al Nashama. So you went in it, and boy, it's good. Yeah, it is. Hey guys, less than $30. I'm telling you, less than $30. And I've got a bunch of colognes coming through for the rest of this year also. So that's another thing I'm not going to do. I'm going to, for the rest of this year, not purchase any more new colognes because I've got a bunch already coming in. I've got at least 7 to 10 colognes coming in over the next 6 or 7 months. So what's the use of me buying another one? Let me just enjoy the new ones that we got coming through and not, purchase something new. Finish what you started, Andre. Finish what you started. And one of that is also Spanish. Andre, you have no problem with communicating with people. Like when I went to the Smart Fit, Andre said, well, I don't want to be a member of Smart Fit. I said, well, I do. And so she said, well, you take the tour. You set everything up. And I guess she thought I was going to choke. I guess she was going to thought I was going to say, well, babe, you're here. We can use your Spanish. Man, listen, I went in there, told them what I wanted, did the tour, enjoyed what I saw, asked them how much was the membership, got signed up, and we walked up out of there while Andre was sitting there just messing around on her cell phone. So my ear is getting better and my communication is getting better. It's just that I need to get in the practice of perfecting and adding new sentence structures to my vocabulary, not just new words. So shout out to you. Shout out to man Charles in the building. Nah, classified legit. Shout out to you, brother. My man DJ says, in 2 weeks, I'm in Cali. Shout out to you. Make sure you reach out to me. He said, I'll see you there. With the storm, he said, with the storm forced me to get an Airbnb in an area that is not in walking distance. We've been having storms that flood and they disappear in about 2 hours in Colombia, in Cali. That's the difference between Cartagena and Cali. With Cartagena, when it rains and it floods, it'll be a day or two before it kind of clears up. Cali, because we're connected to rivers, Cali has a river, like 3 rivers running through Cali. The water usually goes down into the rivers and within a couple of hours. And you would think that, oh my God, it's flooding. It looks bad while it's happening. And then 2 hours later, it's all washed away as if nothing happened. All you see is like the dirt, the remnants of that, that was flooding. But this is the first time in my 6 years being here that I've seen it flooding like that. But like I said, it'll rain like that and it disappears. And it's only been like that for like this past week. Never has happened like that. But this past week, global warming. I'm talking to you, global warming. Global warming. But yeah, if it were me, I would still get, guys, I'm glad that you mentioned about Airbnbs. These are the areas that I recommend if you're coming to Cali to get an Airbnb. If you're getting an Airbnb outside that area, I know that you're getting it for a woman. Or in other words, because of a woman. And you're going to regret it. Do not, I don't care if unless you have a solidified relationship and you've been down to Cali like 4 or 5 times, do not get an Airbnb in the woman's location. Well, I'm out south, dog, because my girl out south. No. Why? Because while she's busy doing things, now you're out south bored. Now you're like, hey, Dre, what you doing? Nothing. What side of the city you on? I'm out south. Bro, I ain't coming all the way out there. You might see me one time come see you. Once. Why? You're all the way out south. If you get an Airbnb out north, you can have her come out to hang out with you. Visit you, because only cost $6 for if it's a 45-minute ride, which wouldn't be, but for a 45-minute ride, it's only $6 in Cali. So you'd be better off to have her come see you and enjoy another side of the city that she probably hadn't been on in a while, than for you to be over there on the south side where everything where nothing is in walking distance. Over here, the gym, the restaurants, the clubs, the bars, the malls, the hospitals, the grocery stores, the FedEx, the DHL, all of those delivery services, the Dollar Tree, Dollar City, right around the corner, Price Mart. Price Mart is their versions of Sam's Club, just in case you guys are wondering. They just opened up IKEA down here in Cali. They had it already opened in Bogota, so now we got IKEA in Cali. And yes, that same IKEA that y'all got in the States, where y'all think y'all so special because y'all got something, y'all think South America ain't got it. That's not true. So I would be, if it were me, guys, and you guys be shooting yourself in the foot because you guys will come down here and you'll say, oh man, Dre, I should have listened to you, man. I said, man, you paid for the consultation. Why would you? And dudes get Airbnbs in areas because the Airbnb looks nice. There are nice ones out here. You just aren't reaching. Well, I want one with a jacuzzi on the upside down jacuzzi coming like a waterfall from the ceiling. Bruh. Okay, you got your Airbnb with an upside down jacuzzi. But as soon as you walk outside, you can't take her to lunch. You can't take her to a breakfast. Y'all can't say, let's go to a grocery store and get some food for you to cook for me, baby. None of that, because ain't nothing around you. But when you are in these areas, I'm going to recommend, then we'll go to the video. Granada. Granada is an excellent area out north, only like a 15-minute walk or a 5-minute drive from the Chippy Choppy Mall. All that I'm going to talk about is centered around the mall and the grocery stores, okay? Because that's the heart of out north. Granada, excellent area. A few brothers own restaurants. A few brothers from the States own restaurants in Granada area, as well as all of us meet up and hang out in Granada area. Grenada has, as Keita could tell you, and my man Abraham, father of many nations, could tell you, they just opened up an amazing anime restaurant. So if you're into anime and anime characters like me and a bunch of other brothers are, you will love this restaurant. I saw it in Bogota, and they finally opened it up in Cali as well. So Grenada area, number one. Number two area, now these are no particular order. Number two area that I recommend for a person is Parque Norte, which is where Andre and I are currently living, and now we're moving over to La Flor, which is right next door to each other. Parque Norte, and then, in Spanish they spell north or norte, N-O-R-T-E, N-O-R-T-E, Parque Norte or Norte. And at the end of the day, that is right where Chippy Chape Mall area is, right where all the grocery stores is. There's an Afro-Colombian vegan restaurant over there. Andre and I eat over there at least twice a month since the day that they opened. Really good food. All vegan food and Afro-Colombian recipes. Really, really good food. Actually, I might suggest that for Andre to get for us tomorrow. So Grenada, Parque Norte. Number three, Chippy Chape area. Just put in Chippy Chape for Airbnb or Booking.com or any of them, and it'll show you some of the hotels, but it'll also show you all these Airbnbs around here. That's where my uncle stayed, right down the street from Chippy Chape. He was 1 minute from Chippy Chape, 2 minutes from us, just a 2-minute walk from us. The barbershops are over there. 2 malls, Chippy Chape and Pacific Coast Mall is over there. All the grocery stores are over there. The bars are over there. So the ATMs are over there. The money exchange is over there. So all that you want to have and do that's a walking distance, the casinos are right there, right next to Chippy Chape Mall. You go to the casino if you're a person that really likes a nice casino. So all of that is right there for you within a 5-minute walking distance in the Chippy Chape area. So we said Grenada, Parque Norte, all of this is out north. Parque Norte, Chippy Chape, La Flor, out here where we are, La Flor area. We're only like a 15-minute walk from Chippy Chape Mall. So on Grenada side is 15-minute walk. On this side is 15-minute walk to get to Chippy Chape. Not a long walk at all. Over here, same thing. It is zone 6. When you get an Airbnb here, and usually these apartments that have Airbnbs out here are really nice. You get a small unit or you get you a larger one. But at the same time, every building on this area has security. So she has to show her ID without a doubt to be able to get into your spot. So has security, very nice spots. I've been in the Airbnbs dropping guys off several times. So let's look at the areas that I just talked about. Grenada, which is out north. Chippy Chape, out north. Parque Norte, out north. And La Flor, out north in Cali, Colombia. The last one I will give you is a bonus when you're coming to Cali. This is a bonus. El Peñon. El Peñon is out west. It's just a little further. It's a little closer to downtown, but it's a lot of stuff that's around. A lot of really nice restaurant bars in that area as well. So El Peñon area, you'll really like that area. Also, the cat park is over there. Not even a 10-minute ride up the hill to the cross, Christ the Redeemer, Cristo Rey, not Christ the Redeemer, but Cristo Rey, Christ the King. So those areas, I mean, that is in El Peñon area, El Peñon. So those are the areas. If you come into Cali, I recommend. Some brothers go to like my brother. He's in Santiago area, which is not bad, really nice area, but it's a little further out, but it's not too far. It's not too far. But anything that's out south, bruh, you by yourself. You by yourself, man. You too far out there. Ain't nobody driving out there to see you every day and hang out with you every day. So if you out south, usually I know that you guys are out there for a female. I'll be like, so what's her name? What? Don't be wetting me, brother. What's her name? What female got you all the way out here out south by yourself? Ain't nobody out here. So those are the areas that I recommend, especially for you guys that are coming for the festival. So you definitely want to remember this, and you will thank me. Even though the festival for the Afro-Colombian Festival is out south, you want it to be out south. Because we're all going to be riding out there, having fun, enjoying the event. And then when it's all over, we're all coming back on this side, relaxing, getting yourself ready, because we're all about to go out and party the weekend away. So we all need to be around each other. Because I'm telling you, you out south, ain't nobody gonna drive out south to pick you up to party with us. Then we all got done party and drive you all the way back out south when all the rest of us are out north. It won't be happening, brother. You will be a lonely one out south. And we already know in Cali, don't ever go out east. Nothing out east. Don't do it, brother. That's hood of all hoods of all hoods. So you don't want to be out east at all. Shout out to you guys being here. I mean, Mr. J. Anderson himself. He said, looks good behind you. Yeah, I'm trying to get together. So I'm gonna get. I got a desk that I got a shelf that I'm putting behind me, and so we're gonna have the logo. So we're gonna have everything still set up. We're gonna have everything set up. We just still got the major furniture. The movers are coming tomorrow because you know, in Colombia, you can afford the movers. So the movers will move your whole place for about $100. Your whole place. So you like $100? That's it? Y'all move all this? Bet. Bet. So I checked. Yeah, I flipped the Canadian national anthem. His album sounds a bit his album that sounds sound bites come from. Yeah. Self-explanatory. Yep. That's exactly what he did. Charles. Yeah, and I like that song. It's this white rapper dude. Really good song, man. Really good song. There are bars there. It will surprise you how many boxing gyms are in Colombia. There are boxing gyms down here. Yes, there are. And I know a couple guys down here that actually go to the boxing gyms. So yeah. Even in the Smart Fit, if you just want punching bags, they've got rows where it's just rows of punching bags on a room of nothing but punching bags. Even in the Smart Fit, but here in Colombia, a lot of people don't realize how big boxing is here in this country as well. That's a good question, Kitty. My man Richard Moore is in the building. What's up, family? He said, thanks for the recommendations. Women are crazy about Rave Now. Boom. Rave Now is in the comments, is one of the recommended products that you guys can click on and purchase today. That Rave Now, I think it's only like $27. Let me click on it. Because if you watch it from the computer, you can actually see it all now. I'm looking at Rave Now, and let me click it. Yeah, from Fragrance Net, and it is $18, $19. Dang. $19. Man, I paid $30 for mine when I first got it. Yeah. Shout out to you guys. I'm gonna get to the super chats in a second, guys. What? Member for 2 months? Shout out to my man Tev. Man, time is flying by on us. He said, Dre, I'm in love with Curved Black. Man, I have not smelled that yet. Let me write that down. See, I got to pick up stuff off the floor to write on. And I've been trying to get back into being a Curve fan too, man, of that brand. Because, Curve been around forever. But the original Curve is such a staple of the early 2000s that you feel like it's a novelty cologne. But now that they got some new one out, he said I'm about to get one for my mom for summer, and also order 6 colognes with free shipping arriving Wednesday and Friday. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. Theo's in the building. Oh man, Mr. Black Manosphere Conclave himself. Chewbacca is busy humping Eva. Chewbacca is busy humping Eva. Shout out to my man Theo's in the building right now. Shout out to you being here, brother. Emmanuel Chalupe is in the building. He said, I stayed in El Peñon. He said, you can get all these spots in 10, 15 minute car ride. Absolutely correct. Absolutely correct. The first Airbnb that we stayed in, when I first came before I met Andrea, and then after that, I kept getting Airbnbs in, let me change this music up. I kept getting music, but kept getting Airbnbs in El Peñon. I like El Peñon area. El Peñon is zone 6, just in case you guys are wondering. It's zone 6. Very nice area, man. Let me change this music. Let's see. Let's put on something a little different. All right, let's do it smooth with it. There we go. There we go. Yes, sir. He said, come meet some of good brothers at the Black Manosphere Conclave. Yes, sir. September 6th through the 8th. I will be there speaking. Other brothers will be there speaking. Theo will be giving a class and speaking. Dennis Sperling will be there speaking. Obsidian Ali will be there speaking. So it'll be a lot of us brothers that's going to be there speaking. We're already working our way up to 200. And the price right now is under $200. Take advantage of it, guys. I'm telling you, because we already know today's prices won't be tomorrow's prices, or yesterday's prices won't be tomorrow's prices. So definitely take advantage of it. And then you already know it's in Houston, and after the party is the after party in. Oh yeah, man, we're going out. We going out. Shout out to my man Los, them Tampa boys in the building. Yes, sir. The 313.
You're part
Not
of
three.
the
Oh, I hit
problem.
the wrong one.
You're part of the
The
problem.
813 boys.
Stop paying people that you don't have no respect for.
We in Tampa, 813, Trigger City. Let's get it.
Let's get it. Them Tampa boys at it again, man. We at it again. Bro Tarzan, I like that thing. That's a nice name. He said, yo, this sounds like an incredible event. It is. There's not too many events out there where brothers come together and purposely share information to where many of us can walk away and say, I'm ready for the next stage of life, whether it be relocation, whether it be starting a business for yourself, whether it be getting promoted in your position, or putting yourself in a position to where you get certifications, where you can get promoted. It's little things, man, of brothers coming together, especially with brothers with knowledge. Man, I'll be sharing information in regards to not only how to relocate as an expat step by step, but also give you a little bit of tips in regards to how to successfully create a YouTube channel that grows rapidly. Think about it. We're working on we got 5 channels, and we're working on our second channel to get that one to 100,000 subscribers. In the immortal words of my man, why should white man have all the fun? You see what I'm saying? Shout out to Reginald Lewis, who passed on, the first black billionaire. Why should white men have all the fun? If they can get channel after channel to crack 100,000, why can't us brothers do it? So shout out. And we got my brother who's been a member for a month. Shout out to you, brother. He says this. He said, I'm going to jump into I'm going to jump into moving to Cali within the next 60 days. He said, we'll keep you posted. When I come, I need Andrea's assistance with the retirement visa. She's actually doing retirement visa for a couple of guys. You guys that are ex-military, once again, if you are ex-military, or if you are on a pension right now, or if you are a person that's on Social Security, it is super easy for you guys to get a retirement visa. You do not have to worry about getting a digital nomad visa. You are ex-military. You are a person that's on pension, meaning you work for a company, and now you're like if you're a UAW guy, and now you retired, you're on your pension right now. You haven't taken Social Security yet, but you are living off your pension. Man, you guys get your visas easy. All you have to prove is that you're making $800 a month, and that's what I think it's just right around 800, a little more than $800 a month coming into from your retirement or from your retirement, which is your pension, which is your military, which is your Social Security, and bada bing, bada boom. A brother just got approved the other day. Andre just got another brother approved. She did his visa last year, and she got his visa approved again for this year. So he's got 2 years. His next visa, they should be giving him a year. Should be giving him 2 years the next go around. So shout out to him. And congratulations to him for getting his second visa. Oh, the brother, you from tell me one of them Tampa boys too?
813, Trigger City, let's get it.
Man, everybody trying to move to our city, Tampa, man. Everybody's trying to move to the 813. Every time I talk to a New Yorker, they trying to make their way down to Florida. Man, stay out of ours, man. You keep your butt up in the cold. Don't come down to ours. Man, you got so many people from New York, New Jersey, DC, Carolinas, all the East Coasters are slowly but surely making their way down to the 813. Shout out to you guys. He said, yeah. He said, $800, $900 a month. Yep. That's all you need. Yep. If you're on pension, or if you're ex-military, or if you're just a regular retiree on Social Security, and you show that you are making or bringing in from your retirements $800, up between $800 and $900 a month, it is so easy for you guys to get your retirement visa. You do not have to file for the digital nomad. As for the rest of us, and some of you have the choice. Like I talked to a brother the other day. He still works online even though he's retired military. So he can actually do either one. So yeah, but you ex-military brothers, man, they just hand it to you guys. All right, the Marines in the building. Yes, sir. Shout out to you, brother. Thank you for serving. We appreciate you so much. Lo say, hell, I moved my body there. They can have my spot. They can have my spot in Tampa. Y'all can have every grocery store line I would have stood in. Y'all can have every line that I would have drove in. Every bit of traffic he would have drove in. Every restaurant's chair he would have sat in. Y'all could have it. Lo say, I'm out of here. He said, yeah, but that's a fact. He said, you can't find real Tampa people anymore. Yeah, everybody's from somewhere else in the South, man. There's like very few true Southerners in the South now. He said, they all still coming to Florida. That's why I'm moving out here. I'm mad at you. Let's go ahead and get started, man, I think I already hit all the super chats real quick. Let me just make sure I got everybody. Father Men of Nations. Shout out to my man once again. A 1 month member. Shout out to my man. I appreciate you, brother. Yeah. I knew Keith would like that one. Like, what is this? Yeah, don't ask. Just enjoy it. Shout out to Keith too. He said, Uncle Dre, he said, I'm in love with I already read that one. Shout out to you for being here, Mr. 1 month member. Tevin King once again. Oh, he said, for the love of the game, Latafa Camera is sold out. Is it? Wait a minute. I just posted it. Wait a minute. I thought I posted the one. Let me add that right quick. Thanks for letting me know. Let me add that one real quick. Get all the set up. All right. Here we go. Because I get a chance to add the product to the channel. And then we're going to go into the videos. This reminds me of the Clearwater Jazz Festivals. You know how you go out to the summer jazz festivals in your city? Which you had put your blanket out there, have you a little something to drink, going out there, get you something to eat from all the vendors, and then you listen to some good jazz music from the live entertainment. Now I can say I do miss that. They do the same thing in Bogota. Man, if you want to go to a nice jazz festival, because Colombia is a jazz country. Just in case you guys did not know, Colombians love jazz. Bruh, the Bogota Jazz Festival in the park. Okay. I think Medellin's got one too. Medellin's got a hip hop show in the park. That's what that is. Last year or 2 years ago? The main act was EPMD. Yeah, in Medellin. So let me get ready to add this cologne to the video. Because Camera is one of my favorite colognes, without a doubt. And some of you guys don't even know that you can add products to your YouTube video. Some of you YouTubers, I think you have to be at, I think you got to be at 10,000 subscribers or something like that. Okay, let's scroll down. There we go. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, there we go. Oh, it was $59 and they got it for 37. Oh, I got it on here. Okay, let me scroll down. Let me add another one. Another one for 32 and another one for 35. So I added 3 Lattafa cameras onto the video. So you guys will be able to see that. If you just refresh the video, you'll see those 3 Lattafa cameras at the end of the list of colognes that are there. And I even added the new camera to the list that has the coffee in it. So you're going to see 2 of them that are a little lighter. That's the original camera. And then I also added the one in the middle is a little bit more brownish. That's the one that has the coffee undertone to it, just like the original one. Shout out to you guys. Let me make sure Andre is not trying to reach out to me. Andre told me to make sure I bring my medication, my high blood pressure medication with me for in the morning, because you know you got to take it at certain times of the day. All right, let's go to get started with these videos. Now, once again, tonight's topic is all about helping individuals overcome that little bit of nervousness when it comes to relocating to another country. And you might feel like, oh, I don't know if I can do that. But I'm telling you guys, as you could tell, it's well worth it. Well worth it. He said the blues, he says the blues, Tevin says the blues, if for us old young folks. Oh yeah, man. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, about the jazz festival. Yeah, Bogota and Medellin has a man. Colombia, man, listen, y'all need to start, man. Get out of the Airbnb. Get out of the clubs, man. There's a lot going on in Colombia, man. Y'all sleeping on this country, man. That's why I say a lot of what I usually enjoy, I don't miss because they enjoy it here in Colombia as well, like jazz in the park. There's so many jazz clubs in Colombia. Whew. I can't wait to master Spanish because I want to go to some of the Colombian spoken word clubs. You know, because spoken word is a big thing in in the States. Shout out to Chicago. Yeah, jazz in Jacksonville. Shout out to Jacksonville, man. Oh yeah, I used to love going up to Jacksonville because if I miss a jazz performer or jazz event in Tampa, I will either go to the Miami Jazz Festival or I would go to the one in Jacksonville. You just right, man. And they'd be nice. Or I would go on a cruise. Some of the jazz cruises. Let me stop reminiscing and get started on this video. All right, we got videos series pulled up in regards to Americans talking about why they, shout out to Duval, yes sir, why they are deciding to relocate to other countries. I'm going to turn this music down just a tad bit, and I want you guys to be able to enjoy and hear what Americans are saying. And then we're going to watch a video clip of what the news is saying. We looked at this clip before, but I think it's important enough for us to watch it again. And then we're going to go into what Lapeef Network, the panel, was saying. So we got a nice length of videos of what Americans are saying about relocating to other countries, or at least getting a second passport in another country. So let's get started. Let me move me out of the way. There we go.
The top 3 reasons why you should leave America. Number 1, there are parts of the world that are much more affordable to be in than America. Take this villa, for example. I'm literally paying half for this villa of what I would be paying in my hometown for a studio apartment. Where I'm from isn't New York. It's not Miami. It's in the Intermountain West in the middle of nowhere. Let your dollar go farther. Reason number 2 is that you'll leave your safety nets behind. As men, something that we're lacking in the modern world is a male rite of initiation. We don't put young men in a position where we put them out into the world to go and experience something new and something dangerous. It will make you more tenacious, more resilient. It will make you stronger. Reason number 3, America is severely mentally ill. You see how crazy the media has made everyone. Everyone's angry, everyone's upset, everyone is divided on every single issue all of the time. And you're probably in a position where you feel like you want to do something about it. You want to bring unity to the situation.
Before we go into the next one, that was so good. I want to bring that beat back.
The top 3 reasons why you should leave America. Number 1, there are parts of the world that are much more affordable to be in than America. Take this villa, for example. I'm literally paying half for this villa of what I would be paying in my hometown for a studio apartment. Where I'm from isn't New York. It's not Miami. It's in the Intermountain West in the middle of nowhere. Let your dollar go farther. Reason number 2 is that you'll leave your safety nets behind. As men, something that we're lacking in the modern world is a male rite of initiation. We don't put young men in a position where we put them out into the world to go and experience something new and something dangerous. It will make you more tenacious, more resilient. It will make you stronger. Reason number 3, America is severely mentally ill. You see how crazy the media has made everyone. Everyone's angry, everyone's upset, everyone is divided on every single issue all of the time. And you're probably in a position where you feel like you want to do something about it. You want to bring unity to the situation.
Cost of living in the United States has officially gotten to the most expensive number.
Okay, but are y'all okay out there? No, really, like, how are you guys still surviving in America? This is just another reason why I tell all Americans to leave that Titanic sinking ship, because it's not going to get any better. You guys, I live in Bali now, and my monthly expenses do not exceed more than $1,000 per month. And I'm out here living like a queen. I mean, like massages 2-3 times a week, organic foods, doing yoga, or going to the gym every single day. Take my advice and leave America. I honestly don't see it getting any better anytime soon. So instead of struggling there and having 2, 3, 4 jobs just to make ends meet, take your savings and go to a much affordable country. There are countries in Latin America and Southeast Asia that are 1/10 of the price of the cost of living in the US. You can find a remote job. You can figure out all those expenses once you get to those countries where your dollar goes much farther.
Now, everything that she said was, before he goes any further, I was just responding to Andrea. Everything that she said is absolutely correct. I'm going to say something, guys. I've never said this before. She said it for me. There are times I do worry about you guys in the United States. Okay. Cost of living for families for all 50 states. This just came out a couple days ago. This just came out a couple of days ago. And this is the list. You guys are going to see where I say sometimes I'm like, I worry about my people back home. The income for a family of 4, just mom, dad, 2 kids, that's needed to live comfortably, just a decent life in every state. The highest one, Massachusetts, 300,000 plus. Hawaii, almost 300,000. Connecticut, almost 280,000. New York, you think New York was number 1, wouldn't you? Nope. New York or California, nope. New York is number 4 at 200, almost 280,000. California, for an average family in California that's living a decent life, you know, you're living just a little cut better than everybody else. California is $276,000 a year. You got to go 50-50 in the States. Unless you're a brother that owns a business and your woman owns a business, or you both were in the military, you both got retirement, you got 100% disability, and you got to have a partner. No wonder y'all use the word partner in the United States, because in the United States, just to live comfortably per year in many states. Come on, y'all still, well, those are the most expensive ones, Andre. Okay, here we go. Let's scroll down a little further. Let me make sure you guys can see this on the screen. Let me make sure this is even better. They moved me out of the way. There we go. Alabama, $193,000 a year for a family in Alabama. Shout out to Alabama. Alaska, $242,000 needed every year. Arizona, $230,000 needed every year. Now let's look at Arkansas. Now, you know, ain't nothing popping in Arkansas. Shout out to Little Rock. You still need, as a family, $180,000 a year to live comfortably and not pinching pennies in Arkansas. No wonder y'all got to live 50-50. And in some cases, it's 25, 25, 25, 25, 25, 25, 25, 25, 35. I'm telling you, man, listen, you got to get roommates and a wife. Man, polygamy is not just about the desires for one another. It's about coming together economically. Georgia, you got to bring to the table for a family of 4. No wonder Kevin Samuels was always telling guys, what state you're in, how many kids you want to have, what do you think that it would take to live in that state comfortably. I'm trying to, this just came out. This article just came out. This is a 2024 article. Florida, you got to bring to the table to live comfortably in Florida, $209,000 a year. Y'all know me. I'm a receipt sharer type of guy. So I'm about to drop this receipt in the chat. Yes, I will. You know me. I'm about to drop this article so you can look at your own state. You can take advantage of that. Y'all know me. I always like to share receipts. So when she says, hey, Americans, y'all good out there? Because I won't lie. There are times when I sit back and I look at what's going on in the States and I'll be thinking the same thing. Y'all good? Because I'm seeing y'all out there just road raging with artillery in y'all hand. And I'm seeing, you know, our other channels about politics. So I'm looking at the political landscape every day and people are struggling. You know how many emails? Because we are a social security channel. Do you know how many emails I get from people over the age of 65 that are struggling? 73, struggling. The most heart-wrenching thing in the United States is retirement on Social Security. To where at one point in time you could retire on Social Security, you could be all right. Not anymore. The cost of living index for seniors does not keep up with what they get, the cost of living increase every year. It does not do anything. It does not keep up with inflation. So yeah, let's go back to the video. But I think the same thing quite often for you guys, man. I'm like, yeah. My man International. I saw your comment, IQS. Shout out to you being here. IQS said it's more like 300 plus. He said I still think California is too low. He said that's more like 350K a year for a family. He said, yeah, polygamy is survival here. Women to come in us in pairs with side pieces. I can believe that, brother. I can believe that. We'll say, we'll confirm it about California. He said Florida should have been divided into 3 or 4 different areas for cost of living. That's true too. Northern Florida is still affordable. Now that I agree with 100%. If you're a northerner, you got above I-10 and below I-10. If you in that I-10 area, I-10 heading from Florida, Jacksonville area, all the way to the other side of the country, past New Orleans through Texas, I-10, that I-10. You good if you're on the north side of I-10. But if you're on the south side of I-10, Tampa, Orlando, Miami, yeah, you're going to pay the piper for being on the south side of I-10. He said, I see plenty of old people at Walmart. Yeah. They say this. Y'all, I came across this headline the other day. Did you know the fastest growing customers group in Walmart, people that make over $100,000, are the fastest growing customer group in Walmart? The fastest growing. They say that, yeah, that's what it was, the fastest growing. And the way I found out was it was Black Friday, and they were interviewing one of the head directors, or kind of like not the CFO or the COO of Walmart, but one of the top-notch guys there. And he said that they were talking about how tight the economy is, and Black Friday, things like that. And he gave off, and he said that, well, our number one growing customers throughout the year are individuals that make over $100,000 a year. And my brother says, Charles says, I've seen $200 a month condos in Thailand. Man, if I could, you know how you just feel like, man, I could just bring all y'all with me. But passport bros, expats, passport kings, vacationers, brothers, let's be real with it. There are people that will go back to the United States kicking and screaming. There are black people that love. I love the United States, but there are black people that have an obsession with the United States because what the United States has done for them. And I don't blame them. I mean, you got guys from Shannon Sharp to Cat Williams, got it from the mud. And think about it, Shannon Sharp always tell his story about him growing up in Alabama in a tin roof that leaked. He said, I didn't take a shower until I was in college and didn't know how to work it. He said, I told my one of my roommates, I mean the other guys, hey, this shower must be broken. He said, and the guy kind of like was like, no, this handle works. He said, just twist like that. He said, oh yeah, it must be a little different. He said, but Shannon Sharpe said, I had never touched a shower till I was in college. Now to see where he is today and see where guys like Cat Williams, who were homeless, living out of cars. Now these guys are multimillionaires. So for the advancement part of the United States, I love it. But here's the kicker. Most Americans will never see success in life. I kid you not, there was a time in life where I didn't even think I would ever see $100,000. I thought, I kid you not, can I be real with it? I even as an adult, I thought $100,000 was a distant land. I had a better chance at like we said in the States, you got a better chance winning the lottery than blah, 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 blah. I didn't realize that I had skills and abilities that were waiting for me to just believe in them to get to now 100,000 is nothing to me. Now I'm looking at 250, a million now. Now I'm looking at 10 million. Like, okay, once I get to 10 million, like I know I'm going to get there. Like there is no doubt about it. With good health, you got it, Dre. But for the average person, there are still people in the United States that still haven't crossed the threshold of 40,000, 45,000, 50,000 ever. Most women in the United States will only make 43 a year. Why? Because men make more money? No, do realize they've already debunked that, because the reason why men make more money, men normally do the most dangerous jobs. Men do more jobs that are outdoor jobs, whether it be outdoor sales, door to door, or whether it be roofing. Men do more construction or hands-on jobs. That's why men keep and build infrastructures. That's why we make more money. Another thing is men make more money because we ask for raises more. Did you guys know that? Statistically, a man is more prone to ask his boss for a raise than a woman would. Men work more overtime than women do. And I know in many cases women have to go home and take care of the kids, but women also don't work towards promotions as much as men work towards promotions. Those are just statistical facts. You can look all this up. Men are more prone not to get a promotion, not just like that, but also men are more prone to say, there's a promotion, I'm working towards that. Many women don't do that. And that promotion will be sitting right there in front of her face like it was in front of a man's face, and a man will go for it. Even if it takes him 2 or 3 years to get that promotion, he'll go for it, where in many cases women will stay status quo. That's not a slight on women, it's just facts. What's my point? It's a struggle to live in the States, man. You live in a country with the most expensive medical. There is no country where it costs as much as it costs for you guys for medical. It is for medicine. Crazy amount. And you don't even rank in the top. You don't, in the United, this is the crazy part. You got the most expensive medical in all the developed countries in the world, and yet you do not even rank in the top 60 best hospitals, best medical, or best medicine in the world. You don't even rank in the top 60 of 104 countries. You can look it up. United States is number 69. So yeah, sometimes I do feel like that young lady. I do feel like I do go through that survivor's remorse. I do feel like the one person that survived that plane crash. I won't lie. I do go through that. And some of you guys will too, because your family will be left back home and you'll be living the life, getting a brand new apartment in some of the best areas of a country, in the best areas of a city for $600 a month. And then you read, you think about back home, you can't even get a 1-bedroom in many cities for less than $1,800. And you do go through that survivor's remorse where you're like, man, my people back home going through it. But that don't mean I'm moving back with you. In the mortal words of Jay-Z, I can't help them if I'm one of them. I can't help them if I'm one of them. He said $200,000 to live in a hot ass Everglades of fucking Otter. Man, get the fuck out of here. Yeah, bro. I know that. Shout out to my man Bobby Ghostface in the building. Shout out to you, brother, being here. He say, check it in. And my man T. Lamore. Shout out to you, brother. Once again. These are facts, true, brother. These are facts. Tiger Blood's in the building as well. I'm doing something right tonight. I'm doing something right. Tornado Alley. Yeah. Some of the guys they're in Tornado Alley area. It's crazy, man. Like I said, I go through that. Yeah, Pensacola area. That is easier to be able to handle living in Florida if you live in, like I say, above I-10. You have that Pensacola area. Absolutely correct. Yeah. IQS says this. He says, Andre, he said, I'm trying to do some math about Colombia. He said, what type of lifestyle can I live in Colombia for $5,000 a month? If you are looking to spend $5,000 a month, oh man, I ain't gonna even lie to you, brother. You doing too much. Hey, Los, am I telling the truth? Because even in Medellin, if you get you a nice night where you like, man, this is nice. When you look like 20-foot vaulted ceilings, nice. You still at that level only $2,000 a month at that level, but you looking at something that's on a whole nother level, and that's $2,200 a month, not including your utilities and everything. That would just be $2,500. You still will spend less than $1,000 on everything else, your fun and your groceries. So yeah. Now, if you were a couple like Andre and I, and we got gym memberships, eating healthy, and then we got all the stuff that goes along with the brand, it's easy for us to go through $5,000 a month because there are so many things that we pay for externally that helps the brand or helps the channels, that we also pay extra for. We pay for the best, like Andre just reminded me, make sure you get some gas on the way home. Well, we always get the best premium gas. So it's all those little things that add up for us. But we also have $1,000 a month go into certain investments anyway, our Vanguard accounts and and things like that. So we never really go through $5,000 a month anyway. But ours is, as a couple, we're like, with all our investments and the salary that we give each other, maybe $4,000 as a couple. And that's here in Cali. And I remember I was like you. I was going to spend my budget when I first came to Cali was about $5,000. And my Airbnb host, I'll never forget, him and Andrea laughed at me. And I was like, why? They said for $5,000, yes, you can be in the best of the best location of this city. Up in the hills with the great view, and your condo or home would look like you were Scarface. I'm like, yeah, that's what I want. And the only thing he said to me that made sense, and it was so amazing. He said this. He said, Andre, how you gonna get down the hill? I said, what? He said, all those beautiful homes like that on top of the hill, how you gonna get down? You ain't got no car. I'll make a way. So I go start looking at these expensive condos and apartments and houses, looking over the city like I'm a czar, like I'm a king. And I'm talking about the living rooms are the size of this apartment here. And this is a nice size apartment. I'm talking about, give me a 5-bedroom with the walk-in, with 2 or 3 walk-in closets. I'm give me the best. And it was like, at that time period, it was only $2,000. $2,000 a month for a 5-bedroom, top-notch jacuzzi at the top of the terrace, workout area, professional workout gym. I don't even have to pay for a membership nowhere else because they got top-notch equipment. Pools, 2 swimming pools. I mean, laid out, right? And the first thing came to my mind was, as we were getting back in the taxi, driving down that hill, I was like, oh, shoot. Just driving down the hill will be a 15-minute walk in this Cali weather. And then I looked, once we got down the hill, there were no grocery stores. There were no corner stores. There were no restaurants. It was just an area of a bunch of rich folks that had cars could get to. But people like me that didn't have a car but had money, it was not going to work. I went back to our Airbnb host and I said, all right, you were right. And Andre tried to tell me, they both laughing at me like, okay, mister, I could spend $2,000 a month. Okay, all right. I could spend about $2,000 a month on the apartment. And so it depends on what city you're going to go to. That sounds like Medellin money or Cartagena money. That sounds a little bit like Bogota money. But as for me, no, you don't need that much. That's way too much money to spend in Colombia. Way too much. Yeah, at least 1,000 of that should be going towards investments. I don't care if it's crypto. I don't care if it's going into your EFTs or your Ethereum. But yeah, that's way too, especially for one person. That's way too much. You spend $5,000 a month in Colombia. I know you're tricking. Either you got a girlfriend you tricking on, or you tricking. That's way too much. But it's good to know that you got it. We'll say, yeah, the ghetto Lampa, Colombia, near so I'm dipping in somebody's conversation. He said, turn government job down because the house started at 700,000. He said, I'm single. He said, yeah, I gotta bump that up. DJ says, now these chicks want to move abroad and say that they are competing with us. Yeah, for real. That's true. Let me get to these super chats, see if I missed anybody. Oh, Will says, just remember not to cause gentrification. A good way to tick off the locals. That's gentrification. Gentrification is taking place, and that's a good point, Will. But however, I would add this. Shout out to Professor in the building. 30 times for men. Yeah. The prices in the States, and then you leave the States and the cost that you pay for meds. Man, I pay pennies for per pill compared to United States. My copay going to the doctor's office, kid you not, 84 cents. I just had 2 surgeries. 2 surgeries in the last month. That's my copay. There is no way in hell they're going to let you walk out of surgeries in the United States and you ain't got to pay something out of pocket. Okay.
I'm not black, I'm OJ. Okay.
Let's get back to the videos. But Will was right about the gentrification, but it's taking place around the world. And it was so funny. There is not a location where people are relocating to that the locals are complaining. When we were in Spain, they were complaining. When we were in Barcelona, they were complaining. As soon as we got in the Uber driver spent the whole time complaining to us about gentrification. In Madrid, it was the same thing. When we were in Paris, the same thing. Everybody's complaining about somebody coming into their area, even if it's locals coming into their area and changing it up. And then you got gentrification taking place in the States, where you got I just did it. All you New Yorkers and New Jersey guys and Philly guys coming down to Florida, just taking over, making everything congested, raising the prices in Florida. Yeah, that's too much. That's too much. Way too much. He said $5,000 a month. He said anything above 2,000 is Strata 5. Anything above 2,000 is like Strata 5, Strata 6. Yeah, you way up there. Dude, I'll say this, even in Medellin, the only way that you're going to sit back and pay that amount in Medellin, Colombia, is because you're in El Poblado, because all the other tourists and foreigners moved to El Poblado, and those prices shot up like crazy. I know a dude right now paying $1,600 a month in El Poblado just for an Airbnb. I'm like, ain't no fucking way. $700, cool. $1,600 a month because you trying to impress some chicks? Y'all see, y'all doing it bass backwards. For an Airbnb? All right. Yep. Say it again, EMB. Strata 6 is 3,000, 4,000. Yep. Absolutely. Because over where we are right now in Strata 6, you have more gated condos and gated communities that a person can rent. Because we were looking at condos as well as townhouses. Now you're up in the 2,000-3,000 a month realm, but no, man. No. Professor in the Rockera facts, you say $2,000. Yeah, $2,000 for everything. Yeah, for everything, and you're gonna live good off of $2,500 a month for all your expenses. Now everything over, like you're going out to dinner, or you are going to take a young lady to a movie, or you're going to visit other cities and explorations, or you're flying. Now, all those can add up, but your regular cost of living, all your regular bills, including cable, Wi-Fi, all that stuff, yeah, about $2,500, easy in most cities in Colombia. And you're going to live decent like that too. You'll live decent on $2,500. That's us. That's me and Andre. It's about $2,500. Yeah, Los said that. Way too. I was wondering what Los would have to say. Yes, way too much. He said, I'll be cool with Strata. Nope. No, I can't say that. Because Strata 4 is where the average person lives. And in a lot of places in Colombia where the average person lives is not bad. So it depends on where you are. I could see Strata 4. I could see that. In Strata 4, you're paying like, depends on a big city, between 300 to, really you can get some Strata 4s for like $275 a month apartment to about 600 Strata 4. So I can see that. Yeah, just 2,000 a month anywhere in Colombia is Strata 5. Yep. And for all you guys that don't know what we're talking about, Strata or Zone 5 is Colombian cities are broken up into zones. United States is like that too, but we don't talk about it that often. But the stratas or zones are from 1 to 6. So the higher up, the best, and then you got, the lowest of the low, which will be strata 1, and you don't want to be caught in those areas. Yeah, those are baller locations. Absolutely, that's what politicians are. $5,000 a month. You got politicians and congressmen and the top businessmen have spot. I know a brother that owns a restaurant and like 3 Airbnbs here, right? Cool brother. You will never know he owns it. He's a down-to-earth guy. He was just telling me the other day, he only paid for his townhouse where the mayor of Cali and the rest of these big ballers in Cali live, and he was only paying think it's at 2,800 for a townhouse in this area, in this zone right here, in zone 6. Let me not continue to dip in conversations because we got videos to get back to. Let me make sure I got everybody. Shout out to you guys being here. Yep, that's it. Professor hit it right on the hill. That's why it's so expensive. You are renting a house or an apartment or an Airbnb in the tourist area. As soon as you get a spot in El Poblado, you're going to pay for it. Why? That's a tourist area. You're going to pay tourist prices at the grocery store. You're going to pay tourist costs when it comes to cable, electricity, everything. All the prices are higher in that area, in those tourist areas. Yes, it is. When you are closer to it, if you're renting a place that's closer to the tourist area in Cartagena, same thing. Bogota, when you got one that's closer to downtown, same thing. You're going to pay a lot more for those condos and townhouses in Bogota because you're more in the more like you're in Zone T. Thank you very much, Los, for introducing us to Zone T. Zone T is one of the most expensive areas in all of Colombia. It's in Bogota. And yes, me and Andrea, every time we go to Zone T. But if you get a place there, you gonna pay. Oh, you gonna pay. So a lot of the areas that are touristy areas, that's what guys end up paying. But over here, since this is not a tourist area, the price is for a 3-bedroom, 3-bathroom in Zone 6. I mean, this building is brand new. I mean, everything here is brand, from the blinds to everything is new. The floor is new. This building, man, the elevator is quiet as can be. Brand new parking garage, everything. Great. $600 a month with our utilities included. Now, since this one is not including utilities, but now we pay for our own utilities, we pay now maybe an extra, I would say, with all utilities, an extra maybe $400 a month, maybe a $300. So we get everything for $900 in zone 6 for $900. And that's why you guys see me when I sit back and I say I go through sometimes every once in a while I'm having prayer for us, because I pray for us brothers, that everything works out for us. We have safe journeys on our trips. And I do go through survivor's remorse every once in a while, because I know that there are brothers and sisters and my brothers and my sisters, and everybody dealing with the inflation and recession up and down, back and forth, back home in the United States. Yeah, he said 80-cent copay. Yeah, I pay 84 cents copay every time I go to the doctor's office. I gotta file that thick because I'm always, dude. Andrea has me at the doctor's office for a checkup. I would say 4 times every other month. We just got back from getting eyeglasses and contacts for less than $100. Where in the States can you get brand new eyeglasses, the style frames that you want, transitional lenses, progressive, meaning that they're the lens, part of the lens is for looking forward and part of the lens is for reading. And at the same time, you get your contacts for around $100. You ain't getting that like that in the States. Not no good contacts and not any good eyeglasses. I just got back from another doctor's appointment because Colombia is so thorough. Goodness gracious. Do you know that a part of the signs of a person having high blood pressure is your vision is getting worse? And high blood pressure can cause a person to go blind. I didn't know that. They didn't just check my high blood pressure. They made sure they got me a nutritionist, not only the meds, because like I didn't know high blood pressure even ran in our family. Not only the meds, zero copay. And I had to, 2 days ago, I had to go for an eye exam to make sure my high blood pressure was not impacting my vision. Zero copay. No, 80. Nope, this one was zero copay. It's part of our, it's part of our medical package. A lot of us don't go to the doctors in the States because it's just so dang expensive for the copay. The deductible is crazy. So we try to self-medicate. But yeah, shout out to my man Charles Keys in the building. Shout out to you. He said, with the best city for an Airbnb under 100K. What do you think, Los, and all you other Colombian brothers that are in Medellin, that are in Cartagena, that's in Cali, Bogota? What do you guys say? My brother said, I got 100,000. I would say it depends on what you're looking for. Because 100,000 could get you at least a nice, decent condo or an apartment, about a 2-bedroom, depending on what city you're in. Tell you what I mean by that, and what zone you want to be in. Are you a person that needs to be by the beach? That's Cartagena. So you're going to have to ask yourself, okay, what area I want to be in Cartagena? If I can't afford this $100,000 with Cartagena, am I willing to go 2 hours down the road, the same highway, to Barranquilla? I get more of a bang for my buck. I got less tourists or all around me, and I could go to Cartagena whenever I want to. So if it were me, I would consider Barranquilla if you're a beach dude. Are you a city dude? So now you got to ask yourself, I'm a big city dude, hustle and bustle type of guy. Is it Bogota? But Bogota has cooler weather. Or is it, and that's not year round. Bogota, like when we went, Los is correct. It's not always cold there. Because when we went, the weather was really nice. And you probably just had to wear a jacket when it cooled down a little bit in the evening. But it was not bad at all. Or do you want that hustle and bustle life of Medellin? You got to ask yourself, what can this 100,000 get me? It will not be in El Poblado, I'll tell you that. You got to come with more than that in El Poblado to get you something decent. But you don't want to live in El Poblado anyway. Why? Nothing but tourists. It's a tourist trap. Why spend your 100,000 in a tourist trap? Gringo prices. You can live in Medellin, but get you a nice place that's in other areas of Colombia. So yeah, for 100K, it depends on what you're looking for. Not the apartment, but what you're looking for from that city. I'm going to end with this story right here. Then we'll continue on with the video. My man, one of my coolest dudes, man, and I forget his YouTube channel name, but he hit me up. He said, Dre, I'm about to move out of Medellin. And I'm like, what? You've been in Medellin for 2 years. He said, yeah, man. He said, but I'm going to tell you something. I never told nobody. And he had a nice YouTube channel. And, he said, I'm a sports fisherman. I said, what? He said, bro, I've been fishing in the ocean and in lakes and ponds. He said about 15, 20 years. He said, I do competitions. He said, this is what I do. He said, and I'm starting to miss it. He said, I really like Medellin. He said, but I got to get out of it. He moved to Cartagena, got him a nice place there. Now he's fishing his tail off, and you can't tell him nothing. The fishing here in Cali is a little too small for him. We got lakes and ponds. We old school fishermen. We just take some beer out there and talk junk and get you some good catches. But he wants the swordfish and all the other exotic fish. And so he decided to relocate to where he wanted to be. So once again, it depends on what you're looking for. Shout out to my man, Mr. Smith Jones. He says this. He says, I got to have a conversation with you, Andre. He said, my son graduated today. Shout out to sons graduating today. All right, Dad, I see what you're doing. I see what you're doing. He said, my son graduated today, and I have some questions and need answers, and I need them now. All right, brother, shoot me an email. Shoot me an email, and I can always respond to your statements, and we can also schedule a consultation if you want to as well. And as for you guys that are part of the Patreon, if you are a Patreon subscriber and it's over $25 and you have already been in the Patreon, make sure you email me. You have a 30-minute to 45-minute free consultation. Some of you guys have been with us during the Patreon and you're over $25 a month, and that's great. But I do want to make sure I get that over to you, your consultation. So you got the free 30-minute consultation. Hit your boy up. Now, of course, it's not going to be as detailed as the hour or 2-hour consultations, but I just want to get a foundational consultation over to you guys, a consultation of appreciation. So if you're part of Patreon, let me know, guys. The Patreon link is at the top of the channel. Is at the top of the channel. But hit me up, man. Shoot me an email. Hey, Dre, I've been part of the council. I just joined the Patreon for $25, or I've already been a $25 member. I like to schedule a consultation. Let me know. I had one brother I had to schedule a consultation with, and I had to reschedule it, and it just made me look bad. And he's one of the top echelon, guys that are supporting the channel. So I made sure I even boosted up his consultation for him. But yeah, guys, make sure if you're part of the Patreon, make sure you email me so we can schedule. Once we get everything settled, starting next week, I can start continuing on doing your consultations. But if you need a regular, full-scale, detailed consultation, hit me up as well. Shout out to you guys. Let's get started back to the video too. Let's get back to the video. And shout out to you. Let's get back here. And let's go back. Let me go back here and get rid of this. And let's go back with no interruptions from Andre. Let's bring that beat back.
Are leaving America. Something new and something. The top 3 reasons why you should leave America. Number 1, there are parts of the world that are much more affordable to be in than America. Take this villa, for example. I'm literally paying half for this villa of what I would be paying in my hometown for a studio apartment. Where I'm from isn't New York. It's not Miami. It's in the Intermountain West, in the middle of nowhere. Let your dollar go farther. Reason number 2 is that you'll leave your safety nets behind. As men, something that we're lacking in the modern world is a male rite of initiation. We don't put young men in a position where we put them out into the world to go and experience something new and something dangerous. It will make you more tenacious, more resilient. It will make you stronger. Reason number 3, America is severely mentally ill. You see how crazy the media has made everyone. Everyone's angry, everyone's upset, everyone is divided on every single issue all of the time. And you're probably in a position where you feel like you want to do something about it. You want to bring unity to the situation.
Cost of living in the United States has officially gotten to the most expensive number.
Okay, but are y'all okay out there? No, really, like, how are you guys still surviving in America? This is just another reason why I tell all Americans to leave that Titanic sinking ship. Because it's not going to get any better. You guys, I live in Bali now, and my monthly expenses do not exceed more than $1,000 per month. And I'm out here living like a queen. I mean, like massages 2-3 times a week, organic foods, doing yoga, or going to the gym every single day. Take my advice and leave America. I honestly don't see it getting any better anytime soon. So instead of struggling there and having 2, 3, 4 jobs just to make ends meet, take your savings and go to a much affordable country. There are countries in Latin America and Southeast Asia that are 1/10 of the price of the cost of living in the US. You can find a remote job. You can figure out all those expenses once you get to those countries where your dollar goes much farther.
She's absolutely correct.
Here are the top 3 reasons Gen Z Americans are leaving America, according to this article. Number 1, they want new cultural experiences. Number 2, they want a lower cost of living. I think we can all agree to that. And number 3, they want a better political environment. I mean, growing up, I always thought America was the greatest country on earth. I didn't want to go anywhere else. But this new generation seems to have a more clear vision of what America is and is not at a much younger age. Now, what do you guys think? Would you guys ever move out of America? I happened to do so 3 years ago. It was one of the best decisions I ever made. But I'm curious about you guys.
Thinking about moving to the US or living in the United States? Think again. More Americans than ever are choosing to get other passports from worse countries than the US to renounce their US citizenship.
Tonight at 11, this is a fascinating trend, though. So more Americans are leaving the United States for good, according to international experts.
Yeah, so Chief Investigative Reporter Eric Flack, he packed a bag and went in search of the reasons why Americans are leaving America.
Do you ever think about hopping on a plane and never coming back? Corey and Matthew Strunk from Calvert County have.
We have joked that, oh my gosh, we have got to get out of here.
Jen Dewberry from Prince George's County, too.
Wouldn't it be something to be the granny who lives in Portugal?
International travel experts say they aren't alone. Americans' interest in moving out of the U.S. is on the rise. So I hopped a plane and traveled to a Living Abroad conference in Atlanta to find out why.
I think people are beginning to wonder if the U.S. is as great as they always thought it was.
Jennifer Stevens is the executive director for International Living, a worldwide resource for Americans moving overseas.
And when we talk about these modern conveniences, you know...
In October, International Living hosted this boot camp for people looking to retire abroad.
Where are you from?
Remember we looked at this last year? And what was the one thing that we noticed? Let's go back.
The U.S. is on the rise. So I hopped a plane and traveled to a Living Abroad conference in Atlanta to find out why.
I think people are beginning to wonder if the U.S. is as great as they always thought it was.
Jennifer Stevens is the executive director for International Living, a worldwide resource for Americans moving overseas.
And when we talk about these modern conveniences, you know...
In October, International Living hosted this boot camp for people.
That's what I wanted to get to. Look at that crowd. We're talking about the A, Atlanta. Chocolate City. Black folk Mecca. What's missing from those people that are plotting and planning to leave the United States? It's simple. It's right there. You don't have to second guess it. It ain't no brothers. It ain't no sisters. Remember, I told you guys, mentioned to you guys our other channel about politics, Social Security, and finance. I know why those people are in that audience. Now, mind you, these people in this audience, the colonizers, the racists, the bigots, all the Karens you can handle, all the slurs that you could throw at them. But the one thing that you cannot say about them, they ain't dumb. They're all at a conference in your city, black people, your Mecca, And they are plotting to get out the United States and leave your happy right there with your little Mecca and your little plots. You and Diddy can stay right there.
Looking to retire abroad.
Where are you from?
Texas.
Texas.
You?
Okay. Maryland.
Hundreds paid for.
You see what I'm saying? Where those people just say they were from? We're from Texas. We flew in from Maryland to the chocolate city known as Atlanta with all these chocolate people. And none of these chocolate people showed up for anything like this. But we flew in. We're not even from Georgia. I could see those people just drove in from Savannah. These people flew in from under your nose, black people. Under your nose. Having conferences. And if y'all think that was the only one that they had in Atlanta, if it's an annual event, no. They're probably having event after event after event, helping people to relocate outside the United States in your chocolate city. And ain't none of y'all in the audience. But y'all want to sit up there in the United States, complain about the white man and the white man's government and how everything ain't fair and how he getting promotions and you ain't, and you only making a certain amount of money and they don't give you loans to buy a house and all the stuff that you complain and fuss about, but you ain't doing nothing about it. But the same people, these old folks, and I know from our other channels, they ain't got that much money. See, y'all think every old folk got a retirement plan? No. 50% of all recipients of Social Security in the United States must receive Social Security at the age of 62 because their money ain't long like that. That's a stat. Y'all brothers and sisters, y'all sleeping. And that's why I appreciate all of us that are watching these shows, watching these and putting together and encouraging each other as Passport Bros, Blue Book Gentlemen, expats. Because we're a rare breed. No matter if you're black, white, Asian, or Latin. When you're a man with a passport or a woman with a passport in the United States, you are a rare breed. Rare breed. So y'all might look at them like, those are colonized. Whatever words y'all got to say to talk about them, say them. They're the ones that was racist in the 60s. Say it. Say whatever you want to say about them. But you can't say that they are dumb enough to let somebody walk into their city, have a conference behind their backs, and then all of a sudden they gone. And you still stuck there complaining about Atlanta and the dating pool. Let's continue on.
Access to information on everything from buying a home in another country to finding an expat community in dozens of overseas nations.
So countries are reacting to this trend.
Absolutely.
And recruiting.
Yeah, absolutely. Countries are doing that.
Recruiting, Stephen says, by loosening restrictions on travel and work visas, allowing Americans to live abroad for years without renewing the visa, or in some cases, indefinitely.
Will this be forever?
This is forever.
Becky Gobble and her husband live in Marble Falls, Texas, but are planning to leave in the next 12 to 24 months.
Not sure if you have the answer to this. Schools, as a joke, he had said if President Biden got elected, we're gone. We're out of here. It happened.
And you're out of here.
And we're out of here.
In fact, politics are pushing Americans on both sides of the aisle to pack their bags. International Living reported a 1,000% increase in web traffic after Roe versus Wade was overturned. Meanwhile, the 2016 election of Donald Trump, George Floyd protests, and the COVID-19 pandemic all significantly drove up clicks for Where Can I Live, a consulting business for people who need help with the logistics of moving to another country.
Moving abroad for most people is a huge undertaking.
I zoomed in Where Can I Live CEO Allison Johnson from her home in Barcelona, Spain. She told me politics and divisiveness aren't the only factors pushing Americans to leave the U.S.
These include cost of living in general, especially at the moment, Cost of healthcare comes up so often. Safety and security, especially those with smaller kids.
But back at that conference in Atlanta, people I spoke with said the moving abroad trend is less about people who are fed up with our country and more about Americans looking for a different life experience. And then there are the growing number of digital nomads, Americans who can work remotely, even internationally post-pandemic.
It was more like, okay, I don't have to make a lot of money. I don't have to work too hard.
Jessica Ramesh now calls Panama home.
I think that there's always a risk when you're running from instead of running to. I think your reasons for going abroad have to be deeper than that.
Okay, so the State Department told us they can't say how many Americans are currently living abroad. U.S. citizens are not required to register travel to a foreign country. Now, previous State Department estimates put the number around 9 million people, including active military members stationed abroad. Well, Sunday night at 11 o'clock, Eric will look into a growing movement to recruit voters who are not living in the U.S. anymore. Again, Sunday night at 11 o'clock.
Shout out to my man, Professor. He said, not only did they fly in to Atlanta to sit for those courses on how to become an expat, they paid big money for those classes. And I thought about that too, Professor. You said how many people were sitting up in that class and they paid for it and they flew in for it. We're talking about hotel accommodations, meals need to be paid for. These people were not willing. I had no problem with paying the extra or going the extra mile, if you will, regarding their desires to live in another country. That's serious, guys. It really is. Shout out to you guys. That was a good point, Professor. Travel Dazzle in the building. He said, I'm in Cartagena mañana to spend time with my Latin lady. Shout out to you and your Latin lady. We may fly to Cali for a day or two. Double date. Don't know your girl, so I wouldn't know. And you got to let me know what day, because we're still in the middle of the moving. That's the kicker. See, you said for a day or two. It depends on what days, because we're still in the middle of moving and getting everything situated. Even Andrea said we're not unpacking anything until Monday. So it's gonna be a lot of pizza day. But let me know what days you guys are gonna be here. Shoot me an email, and then Travel Dazzle will hang out. Shout out to you, brother, and I'm happy for you making it down with your girl. Let's continue on with the video.
Move today. What would your top 3 places be?
Mexico 1, probably UAE number 2, and probably Ghana 3rd, or West Africa 3rd. What about you?
Dubai for sure. I just feel like Dubai probably the closest, the perfect
mirror
that you're gonna find. I'm just being honest with you, right? As far as like, there's no poverty, there's no crime, there's no litter.
Now, if you don't know anything about Dubai, Dubai is beautiful. It really is. But there are many, many videos that are out there showcasing the impoverishment of the average person in Dubai. Not Dubai citizens, not talking about them, not people that are born in Dubai. When you see that Dubai, it looks great. But the people that actually hands-on physically built Dubai, and the waitresses and the grassroots workers in Dubai live in a different Dubai. Impoverishments. Most people that are in Dubai are from other countries. They're not citizens. They have very little rights compared to those that are natural born. So when he sits back and says there's no poverty, guys, there are so many documentaries. All you have to do is put in poverty in Dubai, and it will blow you away how the impoverished Dubai looks nothing like the major city that we know of that region. But let's continue on. But I'm not saying that don't move to Dubai. I'm just saying that statement that he made wasn't necessarily true. And Will says Dubai also has a lifestyle for every budget. Yeah, y'all need to see that, man. When I saw the behind the secret Dubai, I'm like, what the? And yeah, there are people that come over to Dubai for work. Do you know that in many cases they take their passports? It's almost forced labor. Now you're stuck here. Now you've got to work. Build that building. There are people building that infrastructure in Dubai. Some of the most impoverished people that you've ever saw make some of the most beautiful buildings. Yeah, you better do your homework on Dubai. If you're a citizen or if you're a foreigner that can afford to live in Dubai, it's wonderful. He said Qatar is where the real money is, according to the locals. Outsiders get to live in Dubai. Shout out to you guys. He said, been there, and all the poor people, many come from India and build everything. Absolutely correct. Just like your perfect example, just like DR. Okay, here we go. Here's a bit of trivia. Who builds everything, and I mean everything in DR? When you go to DR, who's doing all the construction in Dominican Republic? Like you guys a split second to give me the answer. And I know some of you guys already know the answer. Bingo. Haitians. Haitians, everything, any major building that you guys have seen in DR, you will see Haitians. And I'm talking about with some of the most primitive tools that you have ever seen building buildings in DR. Ain't no concrete mixers and all that. You sitting back looking at these dudes like, how are they building these buildings? And it'll be all Haitian brothers. Absolutely correct. I didn't see one person from DR. One person, one Dominican ever doing any construction. It was always the Haitian brothers. Same thing here in Colombia. If you want to see some construction going on, you ain't gonna see. You may not see Afro-Colombians all the time as attorneys or in politics, but when it's time to build something, they get these brothers out the woodworks. It be cities that you ain't even know had black people. The same thing here in Colombia. Yep, Haitians. The Haitian brothers, shout out to you Haitian brothers and sisters. They build everything in DR. Everything. I ain't never seen a Dominican build yet. But them Haitians. Oh yeah. Let's get back to the video. Will says many come from Chocó, yep, to build in Colombia. Yep. They're the poor, you say they're the poor neighborhood country. Yep. In Colombia, yep. I agree with that. Because many of the people come from Buenaventura, the other black area here off the Pacific coast, to do construction here in Cali, the brothers and sisters.
Extremely high tech, everything you need. I mean, it's no place is perfect, but it's as close to perfect for a visitor, as you can find, right?
Yep.
That's just my
wealthy population.
Yeah.
Laws are strict if you act up.
Yeah, Dubai for sure.
Yeah.
Ghana is a place I really like a lot. I feel like, they still have a lot more development that they need to do, but there's a lot of opportunity. The cuisine is amazing. Probably the best food place that I've been to. They have so many different restaurants and the vibe is just crazy. The food.
Yeah, vibe is dope.
And then, the third place for me is difficult, but I like London. I feel like London is a good place.
London's a vibe.
To set up shop because it's central. It's in Europe. You can get to Paris quickly. You can get to Italy quickly. You play that whole Euro play. And then it's not far from the Middle East. It's not far from Africa. It's kind of
center of finance.
But London's a vibe. So much stuff happening. Finance, you won't miss a beat. Everything is, you're still kind of in that American vibe without being in America. So that would probably be my top 3 right now.
This man said Dubai. You talk about
what I'm saying. Like you
talk about the city that's so unstable that it's practically sinking and it's built on
So if I may, because Hank was touching on this before, if you're not a person that actually is like a noble citizen in America, don't leave here thinking that you can take that attitude to another country. If you're not an upstanding, orderly, self-disciplined, freaking semi-traditional person, don't expect that you could go to places like Dubai. In Dubai, you can be arrested for holding hands and showing public affection to someone if they're not your wife, if they're not your husband, if they're not your spouse. You can be arrested for eating in public or fined for eating in public. If you're Muslim, whether you're Muslim or not, you're gonna observe their Ramadan. You can't eat, drink, or do any of the stuff in public, okay, during Ramadan. So like they talk about these things, yeah, that sounds good, but if you're not like a conservative type of person, yeah, I wouldn't. And then Mexico, oh my God. Mexico, I got extorted in Mexico, okay? Like, the cartel out there, I suffered from PTSD from that, had to go to therapy behind that whole experience. People want to talk about Mexico. Mexico, it's a beautiful place in certain places, but you need to know, like I said, what kind of scandalous government, law enforcement.
Let's pause for a second while she gives her pull out the violin story. There are over 2 million Americans that live in Mexico. No, I'm sorry, 1.5 million Americans that live in Mexico. And there we go. What city were you in? And also say what was that she was doing. I agree with you. You got Professor down there doing his thing and other guys that are down there. And you got 1+ million Americans. Mexico is the number 1 place where Americans relocate in the world. There's no other country where Americans have up and relocated more than Mexico. Also, this past year, Mexico passed China up on the list as the number 1 country where the United States exported goods from. I'll say that again. You can look it up. This past year, we've been exporting products from China forever. Guess who just passed them up? Mexico. So yeah, when it comes to Mexico, I don't get what she's talking about, Jonathan, in regards to where was she and what was she doing. And then you have to realize also the naivete of women is not as strong in some cases as it would be. Men are as naive in certain areas as sometimes with our lady friends. A woman sometimes will walk right into a situation that she shouldn't have been in. Yeah, you said the U.S. is getting fed up with China. Yeah, they janky products. Yeah, I liked Mexico. I had a good time. Mexico was cool with me, man. From Mexico City all the way to Tulum, to Playa del Carmen, to Puerto Plata, or Puerto Playa. I had a good time. So I don't know where she's coming from with that. Let's go back to the video. I still have PTSD from my experience in Mexico. Come on, little mama, stop it. Here we go.
Who runs their law enforcement, things like that. Before you go talking about your top 3 places and just naming these places without really knowing the ins and outs of certain places. That's dangerous.
Before I start, my turn, I want to make note of whose internet is working right now and whose internet is not. Thank you very much. And I want the same kind of treatment on the other side. Thank you very much.
Oh, wait.
Internet police. He know what
Speaking
I'm
of
talking
internet,
about.
Ruth, you know what? You know what else you can't do in certain countries? You can't pay for your lifestyle by using money that you earned on the internet. That's another thing. So that's another thing people need to consider when leaving as an American. You actually have to have other skills, like hard skills, like.
And I was going to say that. Make sure you bring your own money. Like you got, as you're thinking about this stuff, make sure, because when you go into another country, they are not going to have a job ready for you. Please believe that. You got to.
Now, I can agree with that to a certain extent. And it's two parts. It's two parts that they're not explaining. First of all, you want to bring your own money because you want to get paid in U.S. pesos. I mean, U.S. dollars. You don't want to get paid in Colombian pesos. So that's, or Mexican pesos, or Philippine pesos. You don't want to get paid in pesos. You want to get paid in U.S. dollars with the true currency exchange. That's why you move to these countries. One of the reasons. The other thing is that in many countries, they are more prone to hire locals. In many of these countries, their own for certain positions before they hire you. This is true. Not saying that you don't get the opportunity, but in this aspect, I can agree with the ladies. But they're coming from the perspective, they're selling a horror story. Notice, did you catch this in the difference between the two videos? When it came to the white folks, the old white folk video where they were flying into Atlanta. Now, this is not about race, but this is about a point that I'm making. I'll say this again. This has nothing to do with race. It's about a point that I'm making. When it comes to the old white folks coming into Atlanta, they were all ears, pens in hand, ready to learn. Whether they traveled or not, they want to hear what needs to be said. Then you got a bunch of us brothers and sisters together who have traveled based off of what they were saying, and all they did was fuss about what was bad in the other countries. That's all that I heard both sisters and partly what some of the brothers were saying. This is why I choose these three countries or cities, and this is why I don't choose these other three countries or cities. All I've been hearing is complaint. If you ain't ready for this, and if you go to this, and I was extorted, and as if the old white people they like as if they never traveled anywhere. At that age, they probably had traveled somewhere, but they shut down what they knew, came in with the pen in hand on learner mode. But us brothers and sisters, I'm gonna tell you something in all sincerity. If I had to listen to some people in the United States about how they talk about other countries, I wouldn't have never left. No country is perfect, but no country is worth all the bitching that some people do about that other country because it doesn't remind them of back home in the United States. Jonathan says, I spent 10 days in Bangkok and had a ball. I can recommend a couple of sites to help people who are open to being a nomad. Shout out to you, brother. We appreciate that. Really do. If you come to it's kind of funny how the one sister said, if you come to a country and you ain't ready for that maturity and that conservatism, such as in Dubai, that conservative religious country, then you might not make it. I can agree with that. But it also stands for this. If you are a person that's a traveler and you are negative about everything, you're going to always see negativity in no matter what country you go to. And with most of us that are travelers, we basically look at either our retirement funds, pension, Social Security, ex-military, or we look at we're currently working remote, whether you have your own business or you're working for somebody else. So some of these things that she's saying are a given, but they're fear mongering. If I listen to this video right here that they're talking, the way they're talking on Lapeef Network, shout out to Lapeef Network. Make sure you guys subscribe to their channel. I won't lie. I wouldn't leave the United States either. I wouldn't leave the United States either. They'd have me shell shocked. Let's go back.
Have your own business. So people need to work on these things. I know what you're gonna say, Sweeney. Who you talking to? Look at your audience. But everybody was getting an LLC when the pandemic hit. So use that same LLC to start that business. Let me finish my point. Shout out to all the people that is waving the American flag right now. Y'all never ever in public want to do it, but now all of a sudden we say lead a country. Now y'all want to wave the American flag. Black people, y'all know y'all don't like that flag. Come on.
She's made a good point. Is it just me? Because some of you guys in the comment section attest to what she just said. And I mean this for the bottom of my heart. I said this a couple years ago, and this was a learning moment for me. I did not know how much black people love the United States. I thought, when you see the Confederate flag or you see the red, white, and blue flag on the back of somebody's motorcycle or on somebody's house, it usually ain't in the black neighborhood. Boy, but when you start talking about living outside the United States, man, black people circle the wagon. They will give you 50 reasons why your reason for living outside the United States is a bad move. Why am I saying that? To put down black people? No, to make you guys aware. When you guys hear me say, listen, we passport bros, we ain't got nobody but each other. You think I say that flippantly? When these cameras go off, you ain't got nobody but me, Austin Holloman, Aaron from Black Men's Travel, Taylor Made Dreams, Zoom to Thailand, Chocolate Man in Thailand. You ain't Ace Live, Flyboy Wade. You ain't got nobody else. You can't just walk through the black community, walk into a black barbershop, talk about being an expat. You know how much they will talk about you. What? See, you one of them. You must be a passport, bro. I heard about y'all. You got to become a ghost. And you think I'm kidding. Okay. The more or the closer you get off to your decision to relocate to another country, or if you're a person that likes to travel a lot and you're not in the military, but you like to travel a lot, ain't nobody got your back like your fellow travelers. Nobody. Because most people in the United States love the United States so much. And it's like, how dare you have the tenacity, the temerity, the gall, the gumption to dare move outside of the red, white, and blue, my country, 'tis of thee. And black people right along with them. That's why she was saying, she says it's amazing how in the comment section, everybody putting these red, white, and blue flags up. But in real life, cameras off, black people are the number one people to complain about what America ain't done for us and what America is doing to us. I ain't lying. But yeah, guys, let's continue on.
So what I'm saying is nobody appreciates America more than an immigrant's child. Okay. I am the first person in my family born in America. Okay. So I'm telling you, I see it both ways. As growing up, when y'all like, I hate this country, I was like, I love this country. I don't want to go back over there. Like, I don't know what it's like over there. You know what I mean? So we do appreciate it, but also it gives you that advantage where you're not stuck at one way of thinking. And that's what we're saying. Like, just don't be stuck at one way of thinking. Be open-minded. I didn't say move away. I never said become a passport bro or a passport girl. But if something goes down, y'all got to think, like, people have lived through wars. Y'all need to study history. If a war break out, you need somewhere to go. That's what I'm talking about.
Where the war gonna break out over here?
What you say now?
What war gonna break out over here? Who gonna?
Now, you see how fast the brother got defensive of the United States, as if something impossible could happen. Where is war going to break out over here? Those during the Mesopotamian Empire thought the same thing, didn't they? The Egyptian Empire thought the same thing, didn't they? The Persian Empire thought the same thing, didn't they? King David and Solomon and their descendants thought the same thing about when they were ruling Jerusalem in the Middle East. The Roman Republic and the Roman Empire said the same thing. The British Empire. Who's going to drop some bombs on Britain? Who would dareth come our way? We're the strongest military in the world. Who dares come our way? United States said the same thing on 9/10. Who would dare do anything against us on September 10th, on September 9th, on September 8th? All those days before, you couldn't tell us nothing. I wish somebody would come over here, try to so-called. And the few terrorizers that we did have to deal with were homebred, like the Oklahoma City guy. Homebred fools. Ain't nobody gonna dare come over here and mess with us. And then September 11th came. And then COVID came. And then January 6th came. Don't ever say in your mind what can happen to a country. The reason why you can never say that is because a country is made up of the same people that were in other empires. People. No empire lasts forever. Not one. Name one empire that's on our level right now that the great empires of Japan. What about the empires of China? Did they last forever? No. Now the business moguls rule over there, don't they? What about remember when I was a kid, the sun never sets on the British Empire. Because Britain owned land around the world, meaning the sun truly never sets on any part of the British Empire. Does that same empire exist now? No. So when people sit back and say, what do you mean? That'll never happen. It's impossible. We got balls around here. Yeah. We said that on September 10th too.
Come over here.
Sweetie, do you watch?
Hold on, let me explain. I'm gonna explain.
Hold on.
Let me explain real quick.
Okay.
Let me explain to you.
Hey, y'all, one at a time. So one at a time. So they can.
Sweetie,
I'm
it's
explaining.
for you. That belt's for you, sweetie.
I know. Let me explain real
My
quick.
turn. You remember in class you had to raise your hand and take turns? It's my turn, Sweeney. Thank you. So
today is Sunday.
It's too
I'm just saying, you talking about a country that hit the geographical lottery.
It's too
Hold on, Sweeney. Let us finish. Then we'll come in.
Sweeney, my country, like literally, they're like raiding the capital right now.
Don't forget that statement. He actually believed, and millions of others believe, that our country, 'tis of thee, is the geographical lottery. There are, for those of us that travel, do you know that there are Americans that actually believe that many things that we have in America, no other country has? They don't think that there's a Walmart and a Target in other countries, a Sam's Club, a Costco. They don't think other countries have music. They don't think other countries have clothing, traffic. They literally don't think that other countries have freeways. They don't think other countries have suburbs, childbirths. There are millions of Americans that actually think and are, okay, if it wasn't true, most of us wouldn't be walking around with our mouth wide open our first 2 or 3 trips to Brazil or Colombia or to Asia. They own look at their mall. We walk around. Come on, let's be real. Our first trips to certain countries, Southeast Asia, parts of Europe, parts of Africa, we walk around with our mouth wide open because we actually were programmed to think that none of this stuff actually exists in another country. Is that a target in Ghana? We really believe in our heart of hearts that no other country can have day-to-day thing. They got a barbecue grill here. They're selling the same grills in the States. I remember, I never told this story, and I think this is a good moment to tell it real quick. Remember I told you the first time Ace Live took me to a brothel? I wasn't even expecting it. He just told me jump in the cab, and I was like, "Where are we going to?" He said, "Man, where do we get this?" So we're in Medellin, and we go to True Life, right? Shout out to True Life Brothel. And I remember we all were leaving. We were paying our fee for the ladies. And I remember one young lady, she maybe like 22, walking out, and she was talking to a guy. And then she just started talking to us as a group. And I kind of like I said, "Man, your English is good." And she was like, what do you think? You guys invented English or something? Like, I'm not supposed to know how to speak any, like none of us are supposed to ever speak English. Like it's supposed to be, she just basically just like for 4 or 5 seconds, just went in on your boy. That's how many of us Americans act. We do that at home in this embarrassment. And we do that when we go to other countries, have our jaw wide open. Yep. I won't even lie. I was the same way. We're in Cancun, and I'm like, is that a Walmart? As if Walmart only made its billions in the United States. I remember my family couldn't believe that there was a Walmart. What's that there? That's one of them there Walmarts. Irma, take a picture. Want to take a picture in front of the Walmart. Walmart de Mexico. I'll never forget that moment. That young lady lives rent-free in my memories. She says, "So I'm not supposed to." So we ain't never supposed to learn English here, huh? I was like, "Oh, good point." All right, shout out to Theo and his classes. Stupid American is a common phrase around the world. Yes, it is. Stupid American, rude American is another common one. Oh, people, yeah, they talk about us. Let's get back to the video. And I don't blame them in many cases.
Right? It's crazy stuff going on. So when you talk about what war is going on, like all of my family members, like we checking on everybody right now. Are y'all okay? Is everything okay? Like war is really breaking out. Stuff really happened because of politics. It's not because these countries are so poor. It's always a bigger country got their hand in the cookie jar, and that's why you see all the craziness happening. And we live in that place. You don't think they're going to ever retaliate? It don't make sense. We got 9/11 to prove that people will retaliate.
Okay. You're talking about
it's cyber war now. It's not foots on the ground war no more like it used to be. You realize that, Ruth?
Say it again now.
Cyber war, about like your bad internet.
It's not cyber war.
Right now.
There's war going on right now in Ukraine. That's not cyber.
I'm not. There's never been. I'm talking about where we talk. The last country to actually invade, specifically the United States.
Hold on, Ruth. Let them finish, Ruth.
The last country to physically invade the United States and had a modicum of success was Britain. Yes, did Pearl Harbor experience? We could talk about Pearl Harbor, but Great Britain was the last country to have a modicum of success invading this country, where they was able to overtake the capital city for a small period of time. You're talking. Oh no, wait. You're talking about a country that hits the geographical lottery where you have 2,000-3,000 mile moats between both of them. You have a situation where you have allies on both the north, to the north of us and to the south of us. There's a reason why people don't come over here to try to fuck with America in that regard. You have the strongest military on the planet. And you talking about war that we're gonna be invaded?
Question. No, the only war we're gonna have is the one our government is gonna wage against us, and the one that
you're talking about the government
it's gonna
fight.
be internal. Did you see what happened at the Capitol? That can happen anywhere, anytime. Y'all gotta.
That can happen in any. Because what do you think is gonna happen if they had a bunch of immigrants run up in their country, that we all go running over there? What do you think is gonna happen? Civil unrest.
But Sweeney, that's the thing about it. There's nobody here who is an immigrant who's doing that. We're talking about people who claim to be patriots doing that. And
what I'm saying is, what do you think happens if we're telling all these black folks and all these people in America, go find another country and run over there? What do you think will happen? We talk about the civil unrest over here. What do you think will happen if we go over there? If you look at Chicago right now, what do you think? Chicagoans right now have a problem with the immigration policies over there. Now, granted, it hasn't gotten to a space where violence has ensued to a high degree.
Yeah,
but that's what happens when you have an entire group, when you have a huge influx of immigration. What do you think will happen to all these people y'all are telling to leave this country and go to other countries?
What answer my question though?
Oh, what was your question? I'm sorry.
What happens when your own government wages war on you? What do?
You fight back.
Why do you think they flee in California to go to other states? Like, you can see businesses doing it. So
you fight back. You fight back.
They didn't fight back. They just went somewhere else that was more.
Yeah, they ran. But over here, we fight back.
How you going to beat the government?
Over here, we fight back. There's people. You just talked about an insurrection, and now you're saying, how do you beat the government?
You just said, I said, how do you, if businesses, tech companies are leaving certain states because they don't like the laws, you said they should fight back, but that's not what they did.
No,
they went somewhere else where it's
leaving.
more convenient.
That's not why they leaving. Those tech
Cost of
companies
living
got
is
just
high. That's why some bitches are moving. That's why Ruth is in. That's why Makita is in Houston now, because she got tired of that cost of living in California.
Right.
That's what
You're absolutely right. You are absolutely right. I love it here.
And most people make their money physically here in America. Most people ain't got internet jobs where they can go overseas and still make American money.
Absolutely correct. Most people in the United States have boots on the ground, tangible, hands-on, whether it be white collar, black collar, white collar, blue collar, everyday jobs. So what ends up happening is many of them, most of them won't have the opportunity. But I'm gonna tell you this, by listening to all these excuses that you guys are hearing, you could give most of that panel the money to live anywhere in the world they want. They still wouldn't go anywhere. You could have 5,000 passport bros on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, speaking the same gospel, and Americans still won't go anywhere. The creature comforts, familiarity, what we know, what we're accustomed to, will keep us locked. I'm accustomed to being in prison. It's also called flea training or elephant training. In flea training, you just take the fleas, put them in here. They're going to jump. And then all of a sudden, they only jump so far because they've already come to the conclusion there is nothing more for me in life. Every time I try to go for something more, I hit my head at the top, so no use of jumping that high. That's flea training. And here's the key part. You could take the top off, and a flea will still not jump out of that jar because it's been trained. Same thing with the elephant. Why y'all always see elephants and they could just have them tied to a post, or a horse, tie them to a post. When they were young, they tied them to a post. In the moment that young colt tried to pull off, or that young baby elephant tried to pull off, they couldn't do it. They didn't have the strength. So by the time they became an adult, they actually believed if somebody tied a rope around a post, that means that they can't pull off or walk off or run off. Same thing with many people in their home countries, not just the United States. We will sit up there in Italy and fuss and cuss, in France, fuss and cuss, in the United States as well, fuss and cuss about all the things that we do not like. And if we had the chance, we will change this and change that. And there's a country that's not too far away from many people that holds those same truths that you desire, and you won't go to that country, even if somebody gave you the money to go there. Most Americans aren't going to go anywhere anyway. That's why that's why I never worry about the U.S. currency changing in my lifetime. Maybe BRIC will do something with it. The new dollar that's coming out. But as far as American people, enough of us leaving that's going to impact the economy. Come on, Americans, y'all ain't going nowhere. Y'all go get on a little cruise ship and y'all gonna visit each other in different states. But y'all ain't going nowhere. And that's why you'll keep my dollar strong, as well as you guys' dollars. Let's get back to the video.
Like they work hard, they work hard in this country.
I'll probably make sure we get some other people. Kitty, you want to?
You're right, Sweeney. I agree with
Really?
you. But I'm just saying.
Shane been waiting.
Okay, go ahead.
Act like it's Thursday, you know? Act like it's Thursday for real.
Because my internet worked.
So it only works on
Unless you're
weekends.
using another country, the internet be
It only works on weekends. Nights and weekends.
That's the end of that video and the end of this particular topic, guys. I was going to do a live stream planned with Richie Mack tomorrow, but they got the movers coming through. So we'll be doing the moving tomorrow, but we will be back on Sunday for the Sunday live stream. And shout out to you guys that were here. It's now after 12 and well, it's 11 something here in Colombia. I'm about to grab something to eat. I'm about to head back to the other apartment and get ready for the movers that are coming early in the morning. Once again, this is Andre and Andrea Love Crossing Borders. And if I'm moving, I promise you, you guys will be able to move and go after your goals as well. I'll talk to you guys later. Much love. Let's get ready for this outro. Let's get ready for a nice outro. Let me turn the music off for that one too. Here we go. Let's see. Now let's go with the new one.
Perfect.